on, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Light Pole Podcast. As you can see, Joey is back from his 1 month vacation in Puerto Rico. He was gone, he was missed. Nah, just kidding. It's me, Wylie. As usual, we are joined by Joey, Darian, and Kyler. Didn't forget your names this time. Yeah, see, there you go.
Yeah, no.
Awesome.
I don't even do that anymore, guys.
Yeah, whatever.
I remember.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm with you guys from here on out. Although Darian will be gone next week, but it's okay. We'll make do. This man's always on vacation. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway,
I'm always on vacation.
Yeah, it's always you. It's always Darian ruining everything. So we got quite an episode planned for you guys. But before we get into any main topic, which will be
So delayed.
Yeah.
He's so slow on the soundboard.
Is the volume
he's
good
like,
though?
He's like trying to find
I
it.
heard it.
Okay.
He's like trying to find it. He's like, wait.
Sorry.
Our main topic will be our best movie experiences in the theater and out of the theater, and some really bad experiences as well. But before we get into that, our usual formula, let's hit some entertainment news. I don't know if you want to start, Darian, or
Yeah, I'll break
because
it down.
obviously
We can alternate.
Kyler,
I have something.
Kyler has right.
No,
We
I
start.
don't. I honestly
Okay.
don't.
See, that's the kind of stuff.
on.
I don't know why you believe that. It was dumb on your
Because I
part.
thought you were saving it. I thought you were like, let's surprise the guys today. And
Chancla way. Calm down.
All right, so I don't know if you guys heard, but rumor has it that
I did hear this.
Vincent D'Onofrio, Kingpin
I
from
actually did hear
Daredevil,
this. Yep.
will be in the Hawkeye show.
Yes.
Really?
Yep. Confirmed.
Yeah, and I'm pretty
Confirmed.
sure it's confirmed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
How amazing is that? Because I love him in Daredevil.
Amazing as a villain.
Was one of the
Amazing.
shining stars of that show. Like, he's one of the ones who made that show as good as it was.
I loved him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
He was my friend.
Joey, I gotta stop your video real quick. You froze me, so we're just gonna keep
God,
moving.
if you're doing this the entire time.
But he's not freezing for the
I know.
recording. So
Stop ruining
Sorry.
it for the
Remove
viewers.
co-host permissions.
Yeah, no, when I saw that, I was like flipping out because I'm like, one, does this mean we actually are gonna get Charlie Cox in Spider-Man? Because if Kingpin can be in Hawkeye,
So
what's stopping
it's
Charlie
like
Cox?
so it's like 80 to 90% confirmed that Matt Murdock is in a Spider-Man. So the theory right now that's ongoing within like the Marvel community is the fact that they're bringing Charlie Cox into Spider-Man. They're gonna have Vincent D'Onofrio, Kingpin in Hawkeye, is their way of rebooting Daredevil and making it MCU like officially
Instead of Netflix.
Yeah.
Which
Because
I am 100%
because Daredevil
for,
was like the one show
well-deserved.
that everyone wanted to keep going. So
Yeah.
they're trying.
Honestly,
I think what they're doing is trying to make it
garbage.
like, yeah.
Straight.
Jessica Jones.
garbage.
I think I saw like half an episode of Jessica Jones.
Okay,
Iron Fist was
Iron Fist
Nothing
got
compared to
canceled.
Iron Fist. Iron Fist was horrible.
Yeah.
absolutely horrible.
Luke
But
Cage,
Daredevil was so good.
Luke Cage, I enjoyed for how bad
Bullseye.
certain
Oh my
parts were.
goodness.
It made me laugh. Like there was one part where what was his name? Cottonmouth. Like Viola Davis' character walked up to him, and he was on the second floor of this building, and she just whacks him over the head with a wine
the
bottle.
wine bottle. It doesn't even break.
It doesn't break. It just goes. It goes. It falls out of the window onto the floor, and that's how. That's how he dies.
What?
No. He gets hurt, and then she comes down, takes off the mic stand, and starts beating
Oh
him.
yeah.
With
it
a
was very
microphone
weird.
stand?
Yes.
Viola Davis was in Luke Cage?
I'm pretty sure it's Viola Davis. Yeah,
The Oscar-winning actress? Viola
she's
Davis?
in Suicide Squad.
I know that.
Oh yeah.
But this is
Superhero
Marvel.
stuff ain't above her.
I know, but I didn't think she was in that.
Remember what was his glasses? Was that his name? Sunglasses? I
I think it was Shades.
Shades.
Really
Cage,
bad name.
Don't play another clip because we got.
No, I'm just looking
up.
Long live the king.
Yeah.
Jadena was in there.
Was Jadena in there?
That's crazy.
He
Oh, he
was
was.
singing in the club.
What?
That
Yo,
was
I
when,
love
it was like
Jadena.
2016 that Jadena hype.
I love
Like,
Jadena.
Long little king.
And then he just fell off. Like this was good.
Yeah, hardcore. He went to Africa for like 3 years.
Whoa.
Yeah, he
I-
thought he built up a fan base enough
I
to
always-
come back and like drop a number one was not a thing. It's just not a thing.
I always
He's like,
say
"I'm back."
it was a shame that there wasn't at least one Jadena song in the Black Panther soundtrack. I feel like
You're not
I feel like if there was an
wrong. That'd be
artist
dope.
for Black Panther, Jadena was one, but I don't know.
I used to jam to his album all the time.
Yeah, that last one was
Classic,
amazing.
man.
Yep. Yeah, so I looked it up. Luke Cage and Viola Davis are cousins. That's pretty awesome.
No kidding.
So that's a
Well,
cool
I mean,
fact.
the actor's name isn't Luke Cage. So do you want to use his real name?
What is it, Mike Coulter? I don't know.
The parents are real.
Yeah.
It's Mike Coulter, yeah.
Okay.
Well.
I didn't know that.
Anyway,
Good for them.
Wylie, you want to give the next piece here?
Sure. I mean, keeping in with the whole Marvel thing, apparently the writer for Loki was always in touch with the Spider-Man team to make sure he wasn't messing anything up for them in terms of like the writing and the direction of the movie. So clearly it's tied in somehow.
Yeah, so that spurs like a lot of questions for me. Like, obviously, the ending to Loki influences all of Phase 4 of Marvel,
Mm-hmm.
but we still don't even know. There hasn't even been as much as a teaser trailer for this Spider-Man movie,
Which is insane.
and we're only 4
Yeah.
months out.
I just
This-
think it's
this
gonna be
point, I don't wanna
such a.
see a trailer.
I think it's such a spoiler that they just.
Yeah.
At this point, I'd rather go in blind. Yeah, it's like
That's what I do anyway.
yeah.
That's why I like doing that now. I'll watch maybe the teaser trailer, and that's usually it for me. I don't like watching the rest of the trailers that they drop because it's more fun to go in not knowing anything. And then you start tying in things. And Marvel is infamous for lying in their trailers anyway.
That's true. They misdirect a lot.
Endgame.
Yeah.
So it's not even misdirect. It's blatant lies
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Like the Hulkbuster suit from
Exactly.
Infinity War.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
just never in it.
It just wasn't there.
Yeah, that's
So
the kind of
Hulk,
stuff.
yeah, and Hulk never came
It's-
out. In Loki, there was a
Yeah.
scene with him in his suit and the throne in like Asgard or whatever. That
Really?
didn't come out at all.
for the show,
Yeah.
I don't remember that one.
Mhm.
Well, I didn't watch any of the trailers, so there you go.
Oh man,
Oh,
I
man,
was watching
Spider-Man's
them all.
gonna be so good.
I can't wait. I mean, there's
If
so
we're going
many
blind,
like,
we're gonna be yelling. We're gonna be yelling.
there's a lot
Nice.
of leaked like merchandise and toys and stuff like that coming out where
the
people
suits.
the suits
But
saying
now, what if series?
Well, there was that toy of Spider-Man using Doctor Strange's abilities
Cloak.
somehow through his
Uh-huh.
suit.
Mhm.
How awesome is that?
That's pretty cool.
Oh, that was real. I thought that was like a
I said
fan
it.
art thing.
No,
That's
Oh,
real.
That's
a
real.
leak. Yeah.
Oh
legit.
shoot.
And
Okay.
and the thing that everyone's like, oh my god, I it could be looking into it a little bit too much, but like in the photos that they use for like that toy and stuff,
Oh, the background.
the
photo?
background, like one of them looks like the Sam Raimi verse, like the colors like yellow and orange and stuff, and then the other one
Mm,
looks
okay.
like the Andrew Garfield one. So people are like, oh, that's on purpose. They're doing it on purpose.
Oh, they're gonna be in it. Yeah. I'm beyond
Yeah.
excited.
You know what though? I think at least Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man, because so many of like pictures from set and stuff like that, the shirts that people are wearing, like the official crew, they have like
Yeah,
a
that's
bunch
right.
of them have Andrew Garfield Spider-Man on them. So I don't know.
I just want to see Toby.
Honestly, bro, that's what I was
Yeah.
gonna
I
say.
want to see him with a beard.
Yes. Oh man.
That'd be cool.
Just like he's been, I want to hear him be like, I've been doing this for a long time.
I
kid."
would just
Yeah.
love
I'm
to
like,
see. I would love to see Tom Holland's Peter, see Toby's Peter, and be like Uncle Ben, and then we find out that his Uncle Ben in his universe was Toby.
Oh my goodness, I just got
Yeah,
goosebumps.
Uncle
dude.
Ben ages well. Then damn. Well, so does his aunt.
I mean, look at Aunt May. You know what I'm
Why,
saying?
wait, why would that even be the case though? That's just
It's kind of like
I'm not-
Quicksilver from WandaVision.
Like it's the whole is we have three
uh,
different Spider-Men. They all look different. It would just
Some
be.
way to connect them.
It would be pretty crazy
way.
that like Uncle Ben looks exactly like Peter, Toby's
What
Peter.
are,
you
yeah,
know
what are
I
the
mean?
odds?
Yeah.
There's a
That would be
Toby
fu-
walking around in Tom Holland's universe, you know,
Mhm.
and there's an Andrew Garfield walking around there.
It would be
just not
funny. Their
Spider-Man.
introduction.
Fair
Hi, I'm
enough.
Peter. What's your name? I'm Peter. No.
That would be pretty
all right,
cool.
my turn.
Yeah, I never thought of that.
So they announced Hawkeye's premiere date. This makes me wonder something. So they said it comes out on November 24th. They're going to be releasing it weekly. My question is, there's two things that this interferes with. One, they said Miss Marvel was also coming out this year.
Yeah, there's a
I
gap
don't-
there that's like they haven't.
I don't think
confirmed.
that can be
Marvel,
the
not
case
Captain
anymore.
Marvel. Miss Marvel.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah. He said Miss
No,
Marvel.
Kylo went. "Pfft," so I was assuming he.
But he
No,
doesn't
no,
really
no,
care.
no.
First
I
thing-
don't like Kamala Khan either.
Yeah.
Who's
Okay.
who is Miss Marvel? What is that about?
She's an
It's
inhuman.
Kamala Khan. She's an Inhuman. Yeah.
Teen.
She's
She's
like
stretchy.
she can stretch like Mr. Fantastic. She has
Yo,
like a bunch of
apparently
different
she's gonna
powers.
have a gauntlet with like a shield and knife attached to it. Her character in the movie. It's kind of dumb. I don't get
And a
it.
knife?
Yeah,
Isn't it
like
a
a
show?
dead-
When has
like a
she ever
dagger.
had that? She's never had that. What the heck?
exactly. It doesn't
That's
make
so
sense.
weird.
Isn't it? It's a show, right? Miss Marvel.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a movie. It's a show.
No, yeah,
No,
it's a show.
It's a
mini
show.
yeah.
It's a show.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my question was, one, Disney has to worry about Hawkeye premiering weekly. I don't know how many episodes are in it. I think it was 6. Not
Six.
too sure.
I think most of them
Freaks.
are.
Oh.
Yeah.
So if you start on November 24th and release weekly on Wednesdays, that's taking you to the new year. So Miss Marvel has no spot. Also,
They're
Do you
thinking Miss
think
Marvel
that-
somewhere in like October, if I heard correctly.
you think it'd be before?
Yeah.
My money would
Somewhere
be on
before.
after, sometime next year. I think they'd push it back. But my next thing is Book of Boba Fett comes out in December. Do you think Disney would put out 2 new shows to drop
Yeah.
on the same day?
Not necessarily the same day.
Wednesday
It
and
might be. They might both be airing at the same time.
Have
'cause,
they
like,
even-
Clone Wars and Loki were both airing at the same time.
Have they
We
confirmed?
have Marvel content and Star Wars content.
They confirm it's gonna be Wednesdays. There are other new shows. Like that's
Yeah.
official. Okay.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Interesting.
That's a good point about the Bad Batch. Have you seen the reviews
Oh, I
of the
said
season?
Bad Batch, not Clone Wars.
I honestly stopped watching after like episode 4. I'm just waiting till it's
Yeah,
over
I-
and I'm just gonna watch it all at once.
They're atrocious.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the reviews are horrible.
That's too bad.
So
It
Just-
was.
but-
It was a little like
We
a bit of a
discussed-
letdown.
yeah, we discussed this on the season premiere of when we did it at Wiley's house. We were talking
Yeah.
about this, and it was only what 3-4
I
episodes.
think it's
in,
like
maybe?
3 or 4. Yeah.
Omega.
Omega.
Yeah,
But
It's
I
like
have been
babysitters.
seeing like little clips and like little like I'm like I don't care if I get spoiled for me because I don't really care that much. I'll just watch it later. But apparently like they're running into like a lot of other clones that didn't follow Order 66.
Yeah,
pretty
like
much.
defectors.
Yeah. Or like people that the inhibitor chip didn't work. Others that like stuff like that. And there's a commando. I'm not going to say which one. But from Republic Commando, there's one of the appearances.
My heart.
I'll let you guess which one, Kyler. I'll let you guess. If you get it right in the first one, I'll say yes.
Okay.
Mace Windu.
There's no way it's Sev.
No.
So I'm gonna say Scorch. Hey, let's go! Nice. That's cool.
Alrighty, bunch of nerds here.
Excuse me. you read the
Commandos?
Republic Commando
Commandos?
books?
Come on.
I did. I
Republic
got 'em.
Commando is amazing.
Oh, you can't
Also-
see them. They're right up here.
Also,
All four
spoiler
of them.
alert, Gregor also comes back.
Ewan McGregor,
No.
Shut up.
Connor McGregor.
Commando Gregor.
Connor, yeah.
Connor comes back. I apologize to no one.
I'm the king.
You remember Gregor?
Gregor dies in Rebel, doesn't he? I mean, I know this takes place before that anyway.
Does he
But-
die in Rebels when he's with Rex?
I think so.
I don't remember.
He dies with.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't
he
think
does.
Wolf dies, but he.
No, he dies. Yeah, he sacrifices or whatever.
Yeah.
But in this, he's in this one again.
Huh.
Mhm.
Cool.
Awesome.
Gregor was pretty cool.
I like Gregor. He's cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's your turn, Wiley.
My turn. All right. First official look as Christian Bale as Gore, the God Butcher in
Oh,
Thor:
yeah,
Love
that's
and
right.
Thunder.
That is hands down the most intimidating villain name I've ever heard. in my
Right?
life.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Honestly.
Gore the God Butcher. That's horrible.
Have you? You have pictures?
I can pull up the pictures. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
go
have them
for
right
it.
here.
Oh wait, you're not.
Oh, I'm
co-host.
sorry.
I removed
Yeah.
co-host permissions from you.
Yeah.
Keep turning off our
That's
videos.
what he gets.
It's actually perfect. Joey, can you turn it back on? It's frozen on my screen.
Oh my God! There we go.
All right. So as we look here, you got obviously they're going to be CGI. in this,
CGI.
Yeah.
and they're trying to do the whole cloaks thing and stop it, but
My man ain't got no chanclas.
Yeah, he's walking barefoot. Look at that.
Wait, that's Christian Bale?
Yeah. Look
Yeah.
at his face. You can tell.
You can tell
see
it's
the
him.
shape of his head. Yeah.
Yeah,
Where
because
is
I
he?
know Christian Bale's head anywhere.
I do. You ever see the pictures that show a celebrity's mouth smiling, just the mouth? It's like,
Yeah, and you have to guess who it
You
is.
can guess Tom Cruise easily.
I don't know how good I would be at that. I'm curious.
See, actually, I can pull it up.
Crystal gets real mad when she tries describing someone. She's like, okay, you know the one from that movie where
That's
she did
Taylor
that
Swift.
thing? And I was like,
Yep.
what
Dang.
the heck?
This looks
Timothy
like
Chalamet.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Michael B. Jordan.
100%.
100%. Yeah.
You can tell.
The chin. The chin.
That's
All right.
J-Lo?
Zendaya.
Is it?
Zendaya or Blake Lively? No, that's
That
not
might be
Zendaya.
Blake Lively.
That might
This
be
is something
Blake.
that translates really well through a podcast.
It is Zendaya. Wow.
Ah, look at that.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just staring at celebrities'
Sorry.
faces.
Yeah.
Oh, we're just saying, yeah. Oh, no. Yeah.
Oh man.
I totally forgot about that. All right.
This
That's
is
true.
an audio medium.
Yeah. All right. I know none of us here have seen Lord of the Rings or anything like that. None of us
Oh,
are.
the set photos,
But
bro.
On
one,
the show, right?
yeah. So there's two things I wanted to talk about. One, the set photos, which just came out,
They look
And look,
beautiful.
unreal.
You
Let
know
me pull that up. here.
all those movies were filmed in New Zealand.
Yeah,
All back to back to back.
Is the show being filmed in New Zealand
I
too?
believe so. Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
on
they're
location.
all on site like that.
My boss installed one of our machines in our New Zealand branch, and the guys there took him to the museum that they have, and they have like original props from the movies and everything like that.
Mhm.
It's like crazy stuff. He said the big tree monsters. were
Whoa.
like
Look how
outside.
beautiful that looks, man.
Dude.
Yeah.
How insane is that?
That looks like Director Krennic from Rogue One.
Right? It does,
Just chilling there.
He's like, where are the plans?
You have to destroy the rebels.
That's spot on, dude. You're not gonna fool me.
Oh my god.
So the other, obviously, that looks amazing.
Insane, yeah.
The other
What
thing
was
I
the
was
watching
budget
the podcast.
What was the budget per episode?
that,
Bro.
okay, so
I
the
forgot.
budget for this show,
14 million?
first of all, they bought the rights to Lord of the Rings. Amazon ended up buying it for $200 million. The budget for the
It's like
first
1
season
billion, right, or something like that.
is $465 million for the first season, and there's going to be 20 episodes.
Oh, jeez.
That's a
dude.
lot.
Do you understand
That's
how
insane.
insane of a gamble this is for Amazon?
Yeah, but I don't.
Lord of the
I don't
Rings.
see
All
that
right,
going sideways.
the Lord of the Rings fan base is pretty
Yeah.
like diehard Lord of the Rings like
Yeah.
fans. So I
That's a solid bet.
yeah, I can see
But
it.
my thing is,
The
how
problem is I don't
does
think there's
Amazon
any
make
like
money off.
I don't
of it?
think there's any like casual kind of people. Well, they may do like to watch like the seasons you have to subscribe to like a different package or something. I don't know.
If they did that, I'm sure they would do it. But everyone who has Amazon Prime has Amazon,
Amazon
Video. It's
Video.
not like they're making extra money from it.
Yeah.
Merchandise.
So to pay $465 million,
it's probably
for
gonna
20
have. It's
episodes?
gonna be out
I
for
think
merch.
merch is probably a good.
And I'm sure they'll sell like physical like copies. Of
yeah,
and
you could
stuff
sell
that.
like. I mean, I don't know who buys DVDs, but I know people get like
People collect
digital
them.
downloads and
Yeah.
stuff like that. The Steelbook. Do
that's
they do that for Lord of the
$23.5 million per episode, by the way.
Rings? 23.5 million
Per episode.
Holy cow, that's
That's crazy.
disgusting.
That's
Who-
That's more than like most movies nowadays.
Do they have the actors from the movies?
No.
Like
I don't know what.
is
the
this
timeline
following
is.
any of the movies at all, or is this just like its own thing?
Completely new. So Lord of the
That
Rings
is
has
more
like
of
a
a
lot
gamble.
of lore
That is more
outside
original,
outside of like the movies. There's like a
Mhm.
whole history of stuff that goes on.
Do you
And I'm
know
speaking
how?
novice.
Do you know how Tolkien actually started Lord of the Rings?
Was
Yeah.
he trying to create a language?
Language.
He
Yeah.
created Elvish, and then he created a backstory for Elvish, and then it just kept spiraling more and more and more, and then he had all this lore, and then he was like, well, I might as well create like characters and stuff like that, and then he wrote a book, which became
Yeah.
one of them. And that started all the fantasy stuff, like Dungeons and Dragons, a lot of the video games,
Yeah.
like fantasy video games, World of Warcraft, all that stuff started from Lord of the Rings. So
Yeah.
he
Yep.
set that in motion because he created a
A
language,
language.
Elvish. That's nuts.
He's the godfather of modern fantasy literature,
Yeah.
which is
100%.
insane.
Mhm.
And there's a book called The Silmarillion, which is like a big thing that Lord of the Rings fans love. And it's basically a textbook of all the places and timelines from the beginning of time to the end of it. in Lord of the Rings stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the fans are so dedicated that they read the textbook and know everything about it. So
Yeah.
You
That's
can
great.
get a
To start
college
guessing.
credit in Elvish in certain schools. It's a language credit.
that's
Same with
insane.
same with
I would
Klingon.
I would go to school if I can learn like the galactic languages of Star Wars.
Orabesh?
Or
Orabesh is just galactic basic.
That's galactic basic,
Oh,
but like all the
it's
other
true.
ones, like
it's a different written language.
I would love that. Like
Yeah, that would be
you know,
pretty cool.
That would be awesome.
Those are the classes we need.
Yeah.
Facts.
Who needs to know the Pythagorean theorem
Right?
when I can learn Orabesh?
Exactly. So
A
I
dead
found
language
that,
doesn't exist.
yeah, I found that absolutely insane. I was like, this is going to be some monumentally historic stuff. It's coming out next year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I believe third quarter next year.
I thought it was going to be like 2 or 3 years from now.
They're working
Nope.
fast.
So they finished and they have to do a year of, and you know
Bro, they
that
bought
the majority
they bought
of
this
is
like
pure.
they bought this
edit
like 3
CGI,
years
yeah.
ago, so they had to be working on it all this time.
Well, COVID put a stop to it, and then they
That's
just
true.
finished
That's true.
filming. And I mean, you think about a regular movie, 1 2 hour long movie, takes probably 6 7 months to edit, CGI and all that stuff. They're doing 20 episodes in a year. Like, when you think about that, that's some crazy
That's
stuff.
nuts, yeah.
That's insane.
So, yeah,
All right. So Moon Knight officially had started production.
Oscar Isaac, right?
Yes,
Oh,
Oscar
snap.
Isaac.
It's my boy.
Oh snap!
He defined Moon Knight as a series madness, and he described his character as an anti-hero, which we already know Moon Knight is like an anti-hero.
He's
But,
like a much more violent Batman.
Apparently, he said it's like it's crazy, nothing
like
Marvel
Deadpool and
has ever
Batman
seen
mixed
before. Nothing Marvel has ever done before, and that is just like a crazy series. I'm excited for that. Like Moon Knight
yeah.
is awesome.
Oh, it's a
man.
series?
Yeah, it's a series.
Mhm.
It's not a
snap.
movie?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be a movie too.
Yes.
We're on
That
to
is
the
what I like to hear.
we're on to the
Again,
wave of
so
series.
much better.
Yeah, we're on to the
Yeah.
wave of series. No more one-offs. Just like the big name ones are gonna be like movies.
Yeah.
Which
I'll
I'm
take
cool
that
with.
any day.
Yeah,
That's
I'm cool with
so
it.
much better. Because you get
'Cause
so
now
much more
they're
content.
Yeah, they're realizing, okay, we have to introduce a new character in Moon Knight. Let's do it over the course of these 6 hours and get people to really know him.
Well,
with different
unless you
stuff.
Which
do
I
it like
like.
Scarlet Witch, which they're like, or not Scarlet Witch, WandaVision,
WandaVision.
where it's like 22-minute episodes, so you only really get like maybe like what 2.5 hours out
But
of
these
it.
Might as well have
this
done a
was
movie.
Wanda
Yeah.
wasn't a new character. We've had Wanda.
I know,
sure.
Which I like this because it's kind of like let's introduce this character without wasting a whole movie on it, and then maybe people don't receive it the way we think they're gonna, you know. So then-
What's the same with Miss Marvel? It's the same thing they're doing. They're
Yeah.
introducing someone new. Yeah. I'm done.
That's exciting, man.
Also, the plot for Hawkeye was released, like the official like plot.
Oh, lay it on me. Wanna know?
Basically,
Please.
Since when? You don't care.
I don't. That's why I don't
What
care
up,
about the
babe?
spoilers for this mess. If those are so I
basically,
cared about, I wouldn't want to know.
basically, Kate Bishop, Haley Steinfeld, is a fangirl of Hawkeye, pretty much like his biggest fan, and so she introduces herself to him, and then with that comes an onslaught of problems that she brings. So I don't know if she's like been trying to do stuff in the background, and then it's catching up to her, and now he has to help her with it or whatever. But yeah.
I think they should have went the Ronin route or whatever,
Right.
that stuff in between Endgame. I wanted it. That would have been an awesome series that I would have been interested
He
in.
was pretty cool as Ronan. I wanted more
Dude.
of that.
Which was
pretty
awesome. But can someone explain to me why? This man was like, I lost my family, so I'm just going to kill everybody. Yeah.
Nothing holding him back in this. He didn't care if he died or anything like
Yeah, I
that. So he
guess,
was just
yeah.
like, I'll just go on like a bender, a vigilante bender, pretty much. Just go up against the Yakuza and the
Dude.
triads.
Just that 15-second clip of him turning around and looking at Black Widow and being like, taking the hood down. Like, I
The
needed
full
a series
sleeve
on
and
that.
everything. It just
Yeah.
looked real cool. Yeah.
Not this, but I mean, it is what it is. Maybe the show will be good. Maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised. I'm gonna watch it regardless. So,
Yeah.
all right.
You got more?
Um,
I have more if you don't have more.
Yeah, go ahead. Because I have one that's gonna lead us into.
Okay, so it's more Spider-Man stuff. I'm sorry, guys. Spider-Man's my thing. I have to talk about
We
Spider-Man.
here for
Yeah,
Um,
bro. It's our podcast. They
So
have to listen.
they're currently doing some reshoots for Spider-Man, and they're all happening in LA. And recently in LA, Andrew Garfield has been spotted, Kirsten Dunst has been spotted, obviously Tom Holland, Tobey Maguire, pretty much everyone that we've been thinking of is in LA right now, and they weren't in LA previously. So it's another
Dude.
Caleb there?
Who?
Caleb? No. Miles Morales? No.
Oh, you're thinking Caleb
from
McLaughlin?
Stranger
I don't
Things?
think they're gonna
Yeah.
cast him, but
Oh.
but also on set photos. So there was a set photo of Doctor Strange and Tom Holland Spider-Man together
Oh yeah.
Yep.
at the Sanctum, and in the background is a truck with the name Feast in the background. And as you know, Feast, if you played the
Venom?
Spider-Man,
Yeah.
if you played the Spider-Man game or any Miles Morales comics, Feast is the homeless shelter organization that Aunt May runs.
Yes.
Which introduces Miles.
Oh my god, I forgot about the ending to that game. That's so sad.
Yeah.
I'm sad all over again. Holy cow,
So,
that's right.
I guess it's kind of
Dude.
like we could get Miles in this movie as well.
Oh my goodness. One, I wouldn't be surprised with all these
That's a
rumors.
lot going
Bro,
on.
Miles
I got-
to me is that's the least talked about, but I think that's the most likely that we're gonna see Miles show up.
That's the thing I want the most.
Yeah, me too.
What's the age difference between Peter and
So
Miles?
it,
Maybe 10
it
years?
depends. In the comics, it's 10 to 15 years.
So then Miles, if Tom Holland's Spider-Man had Miles, he'd be a little kid.
Well, we don't know how they're gonna go.
It could be
in
from a
cinematic.
multiverse.
It could be
Yeah,
right now. Miles is a freshman, and now Peter's a senior or junior or
That's
whatever.
true.
You know.
That's true.
Yeah, I have to bring my expectations down slightly because
It's a little too much.
Yeah.
it is possible that WandaVision happens again and we've snowballed into. And the thing is that all these theories started before WandaVision, so it's not like we're repeating the same mistake. It's just we don't do this with anything else, but Spider-Man has a lot of hypes around.
Yeah, and I mean, ever since maybe phase 2 of Marvel, the theories have been part of the experience. I mean, people
Yeah.
take and dissect every single second, every single frame of every trailer that they drop. So it's been going on for a while.
We just went crazy with WandaVision. We, as in the community.
Yeah. I want to see White Vision pop up randomly somewhere because he just
Dude,
took
yeah.
off
It's
and
there.
nobody
He's
knew where
gone.
he
He
went.
bounced. He's over there with
Him-
Ravonna going somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, him and Renslayer are out there finding free will. All right,
The
so
original odd couple.
We have our Blue Beetle.
Ooh,
Blue
yes.
Beetle, yeah.
I'm excited for that. I really like Blue Beetle. He's a super underrated character.
yeah, I know
in
nothing
DC.
about this guy.
It's really cool. He is. It's this.
Hispanic,
there's a
Latino.
I'll be
few
right back,
different
boys.
versions. Yeah. So the first one was Ted Cord, and he was a scientist who create. He's kind of like Batman. He used
Oh, the
gadgets
first
and
Blue
stuff.
Beetle with the
Yeah.
That's cool.
But he died in an alley. He got
That's
beat to
unfortunate.
death. And then this alien scarab finds this Latino kid, Jaime. What do you know what his last name is? I forgot what his last name was.
Angel Manuel Sotos. That's the character's name. I
So,
think.
so this is okay.
The actor, you mean, or
No, the actor's name is. It starts with an X. I'm gonna just say it. Solo
Xavier?
Mariduena. It's
he's the one from Cobra Kai?
Cobra Kai?
Marijuana.
Yeah. Have you guys seen Cobra Kai?
Mariduena.
Saw the first season.
I have.
The second season
Remember
is
Miguel?
phenomenal.
The Hispanic kid, the skinny Hispanic kid, the Miguel.
The main kid who goes to Cobra
Yeah.
Kai. The first one who joins.
Just look him up. Look it up real quick.
Yeah, I
dude.
feel like we can just move past that.
It's
we're
Anyway.
struggling on something small there.
You struggling? You have a computer.
yeah, he's the main. He's gonna be Blue Beetle.
What's
Which-
his power?
I forgot.
It's there.
That was
He
my
has
name.
an alien scarab that's attached to his back, so he can fly. He can create weapons with his mind, through the suit. So he can have
He's-
swords, blasters, and stuff. It's pretty weird, but it's
He's
pretty cool.
Iron Man with powers.
It's like the nano suit Iron Man,
Cool.
Yeah.
I welcome all new
Yeah.
superhero shows and movies, so
but it's DC.
I'm okay with that. I mean,
No, it
This
won't
means
be
my
on Disney.
expectations
I
are
really,
low.
I just want to see
hope this
Condiment
looks
Man.
okay.
Is that a real thing?
Excuse me.
Yes. He shoots like mustard and ketchup and
Ketchup.
mayonnaise.
He has bottles
Oh
of
my
ketchup.
goodness.
Yeah, it's really weird. That was the dark days.
I need a Static Shock movie.
Yeah.
Ooh,
show.
I need
Oh.
a Static Shock show,
Yeah.
a live action Static Shock show.
That
Give me
the
either
Static
one,
Shock
animated-
show growing up was next
Um,
level. Like that was
I know
A to
he's in
S
Young
tier.
Justice. Didn't they say he was gonna? Didn't they cast a live action actor for him for something? I thought we talked about this before, didn't we?
I know, right?
For what?
Oh, we did
I feel
too.
like we've had this conversation.
We're talking about?
Oh, they
Static Shock.
Caleb
Oh.
McLaughlin was like a front
yeah.
runner for Static Shock or
That's
something like that.
right.
But I don't think
But they are making a show.
I think so. I don't know what happened to that.
Good question.
DC's
I don't remember.
hemorrhaging money, so they probably canceled that.
Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan as Val Zod
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, Black
TV
Superman
show.
from a
Care.
different universe.
TV show.
Oh, it's a show?
Yeah.
I thought it was a movie.
This
He's-
isn't
he's-
even
He's producing it.
this isn't even from when they were like, oh, DC was like, oh, we're gonna cast a Black Superman. This was like
Yeah.
when that came out, everyone was like, oh, we want Michael B. Jordan. So then he himself was like, okay, I'll produce it myself and make my own Val Zod thing. This isn't even like DCEU giving him the money. This is like him himself brought this idea.
So
What?
this just goes to show you
Oh my
Why?
god.
how. Why is there a picture of you guys right there?
Oh
Okay.
my god.
You are
This just
the
goes
worst.
to show you-
That's it. You're gone.
How reckless DC or Warner Brothers or whoever's in charge of that stuff is with their properties. You have 3, maybe 4 different Supermen that are going to be running around over the next few years. I remember
Totally
the
different
days-
storylines. It's not even like
Everything.
a multiverse thing. They're all different disjointed stories.
I remember when Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman were their most important properties and would bring everyone into the theaters, and now they're reckless with it and treating it like crap.
The only
that is
one
why
that's
DC's going
the
nowhere.
only one that stayed the same is Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've had like 50 different Batmen in the last 2 years.
It's
I don't,
crazy.
They can't keep the actors either.
No,
Batman,
Speaking
Ben
of
Affleck is
Bat-
gone, and then he's back.
He's
and then
back.
He's gone,
He's
then he's
back.
back.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Henry Cavill, we don't even know
He is
about right
back.
now.
everyone wants Henry Cavill. How hard is it to just sign him out? I
And
feel
he's
like this-
down. He's down. He knows
Exactly.
no matter how much they've done him dirty, he's still down for it. Yeah.
Well,
like,
now he's making deals with Marvel, isn't he?
he's been in talks with
them, so
Marvel. Yeah.
Okay.
Captain Britain.
we'll hope.
I would like to see him as Captain Britain or Nova. Nova would be pretty cool too.
Nova, as in like Nova Core Nova?
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Isn't he a kid? Isn't his name like Sam something? Isn't he like
I
a teenager?
thought he was an adult. Wasn't Nova?
No,
an
he's
adult?
like a Latin child.
I don't remember that. Never mind.
Yeah,
I'm thinking of a
teenager.
different character then. I could have sworn Nova was like
Freaking Henry Cavill, British giant
Yeah.
dude.
Nah, Nova's a
I'm
grown man.
Nova.
Nova's a grown man, right?
Yeah, Nova's a grown
Well,
man.
there's different versions of Nova.
Okay, maybe that's what I'm thinking of then.
I'm looking on fandom.com and yeah.
I've always seen him as a teenage, like a Peter Parker high school.
I didn't even know that
I
one
know
existed.
I know what version you're talking about.
Okay.
He was in the animated
It's like
series.
the helmet.
Yeah.
Iron Fist and Spider-Man, etc.
And then speaking of DC, it just
Batman.
came out today that DC and James Gunn have already begun more projects that they're working together on after the success of Suicide Squad.
The
with a
premiere was last night, right?
98% premiere on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, give it another week. Let's see. Because
I'm
the
actually-
first day they come out, I'm
I'm
not
actually
bashing
hopeful.
it.
I'm hopeful for this one.
I don't know how it's gonna go. It's
The
just
reviews are very universally great.
they just call it insane, which we could pretty much figure
John
out.
Cena's character. I just-
Every
No.
single review I've seen has the word
John
insane.
Cena showed up to the premiere as Peacemaker.
Yeah.
I'm not.
He went on Jimmy Kimmel as Peacemaker.
As Peacemaker. Yeah.
So
I believe in peace.
I don't
with all
know.
my heart.
I'm actually holding high hopes for this one. Like I'm
listen,
going into it
the premiere
positive.
was today for regular people, and I mean thousands have already seen it. They
it
did
came
so
out
many
today?
euro screenings.
Yeah.
Yeah, today's
Oh.
Thursday, right? Yeah.
I thought
I'm
it was
about to
like
watch it
week or
today. Freak you guys. Watch it heavy.
Honestly, I'm tired of seeing Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. She's.
But I
don't know
can't.
why.
But I
It's
can't
irritating me.
unsee her as Harley Quinn. Name a better Harley Quinn right now. Like who would
It's
you rather see?
Find someone. I don't know. There's
I know.
plenty of
Honestly, I
actresses.
feel like I can see another Harley
I
Quinn.
can't. I don't
Yeah.
know. I feel like she is.
But I
Harley
like
Quinn.
Margot Robbie though. That's where I differ from you. I like her. I think she does a good job
It's
with
Yeah,
just
I like
annoying
her.
how DC like focuses everything on her.
because
Yeah.
because
Explaining it.
when she came out, they made so many sales off of like her
I know,
costume
I
or
know.
outfit or whatever.
And they lost
And-
everyone else.
yeah.
And then Birds of Prey tanked, right?
Hard.
Dude, that,
Oh, that movie was garbage.
it was straight caca.
They
Black
get
Canary
it
good
right.
waste.
How do
They
you
get like a little bit of like, okay, this is good, and then the very next
Dude.
decision they make, it's like, nah, you lost it.
I was waiting for Black Canary to use her power. She used it once in like the whole movie. I was like, what a waste of a character.
number one?
Was it like the Laurel Lance from Arrow?
Oh my goodness. dude.
No.
I completely forgot about that.
That was the worst, man. It was so crazy.
She wasn't even a meta. She had tech.
Oh god.
I just okay. You have Harley Quinn at her height, right? Like everyone's like, yeah, Harley Quinn's awesome. She was the best one in Suicide Squad. Woohoo, yeah. And then they're like, let's immediately make an ensemble movie of all women. And let's bring Black Mask as the villain, but let's completely
Black
ruin.
Mask was the villain.
Let's completely ruin Black
Why?
Mask
Again,
and not even make
Roman
him
Sionis.
anything like the
waste of a
comics.
villain.
It was
A waste of a villain.
it was and it was Ewan McGregor. Why do that to Ewan
What?
McGregor? Why do that to
Really?
my boy? Why?
Yes.
Why?
Are you kidding?
Yes.
The
Ewan
way
McGregor hasn't done anything in so long, and they make him Black Mask.
And it was
He died.
so
He
bad.
died.
It was so bad.
and
it was so bad.
It's
They
because
killed
no
him so
one
easily.
wanted
It's
it.
just
No
why?
one wanted it. No one was asking for that style movie. It's very like it's like Ocean's 8, the all-female one. It got good reviews. Don't get me wrong. It got good reviews. I've never seen it, but the reviews were like, "Oh, it was a pleasant surprise. It was nice to be back." But it didn't do well in the box office because no one was asking for that. No one.
Like
No one-
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters is another one that they just. I mean, horrible reviews.
Which one?
Horrible.
The one
one
with
with-
all female. All female.
Melissa McCartney and
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I can't think of any more.
the new trailer
unfunny
came out for
people.
the new one. Though.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah.
Paul Rudd, right?
Yeah, Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
Okay.
That the
Yeah, because this
one
one
a
makes
few years
sense.
ago
It's
was
the
terrible.
grandkids.
But I don't know. But there were that's another thing. Two things that might come back. Matt Damon and Don Cheadle both said they're interested in making another Ocean's 11 a sequel, which I think now's the perfect time. I feel like now is a good. If you made it 5 years ago, I probably would have been interested.
I'm cool with that, but
right?
it would be without George Clooney,
Brad
and I
Pitt and
can't
George Clooney.
and I can't see an Ocean's movie without George Clooney.
Why?
Yeah, because
Because-
he died.
In Ocean's 8, his character's dead.
That's what brings them together, I think, right?
Oh
Because Sandra
my
Bullock is his sister.
Sandra Bullock is his sister.
Goodness.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sandra
and
Bullock
Bernie
is-
Mac is gone. Yeah, no, we can't do another one.
Oh.
Brad Pitt
Alright.
could be in there. I
I think Brad Pitt has other things to
Yeah.
do than do another Oceans.
but
movie, to
Oceans
be
were
honest.
good. Oceans movies were good.
Yeah, I know.
They-
I know.
Well, 11 and 13 were good. 12 was there.
12, yeah.
I don't remember 12. I don't remember
Exactly.
which one it was. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Which one was the one with Catherine Zeta-Jones?
11.
I don't know.
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
I was. Yeah, they did one in like Italy or something like that, or they were in a different country. It was like Europe, I think.
I don't
Maybe
remember.
that was
She was
12.
she was like an Interpol agent. No, it was one of the first ones.
Then that was 11. Had to be Ocean's 11, I think.
Okay.
Another thing that is in talks to possibly maybe reboot is Expendables with
Oh God.
I knew that was
stop
going to be
it.
the reaction.
Was it? Stop.
Why?
Sylvester
Gotta get 'em,
Stallone
boys.
sitting at a spry 109 years old is going to do another Expendables movie.
He's gonna be in it.
Well, he wants to. Those were his
Is
words.
he gonna be
And if I'm
Mr.
correct,
Nobody or something?
I think he produced. Didn't he produce the last few movies?
Probably. I think he and Schwarzenegger
Think so.
produced them,
Right?
like, together.
So it's kind of up to them. And I've never seen any of the Expendables.
Me either.
I think it's kind of cool that you have all these old
geriatrics.
stars.
Yeah.
It's not
Whatever.
for me, but
Chuck
I don't know.
Norris. Isn't he like in like the Senate or something like that now?
Chuck,
Isn't
no, what?
he?
Chuck Norris
he's
is-
like a politician now, isn't
He's
he?
a Trumpy, I'll tell you that. I mean,
Is he?
yeah.
Yeah. I thought he was.
That doesn't surprise
not
me.
the
Chuck
Senate.
Norris is as America as it gets. Dude.
Yeah, that didn't surprise
Fly
me.
with the
in the
American
least bit.
flag, like, yeah, that's funny, man. Yeah, no, not for me, but I wouldn't mind seeing a couple trailers with all the old guys getting back into it. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
Bruce Willis.
why not?
Yeah,
right?
Jean-Claude Van Damme,
Oh my
Schwarzenegger.
Jean-Claude.
Jean-Claude
Oh
Van
my
Damme.
god.
Oh
It's
my
nuts.
goodness.
He's still in good shape, man.
Oh no,
Oh yeah, he's like insane. That guy.
Yeah, he's a funny dude.
Who's the big white blonde dude who was in the movies too?
Dolph Lundgren?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He was in him too, right?
From Rocky. That's
If he
yeah.
dies, he dies.
He dies.
Yeah. Yeah, he was in it too. He was in the last one.
Yeah.
I don't know. That to me would be really funny. And then you bring in some young new action stars, maybe like George St. Pierre. Like that dude's been in everything recently.
The Batrock,
The MMA fighter.
Batrock from
Oh.
Winter
Yeah,
Soldier
yeah.
and Captain America.
Yeah,
whatever.
he's been doing a lot of stuff recently, bringing some of those younger action stars and
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I mean, what other younger action stars are there now? I mean, Jason Statham would be one of the younger ones, but he's getting up there too.
even he's getting up there.
Yeah.
He could be in the Expendables. He's like at the low end of the age limit.
We haven't had a good like action movie.
no one
The
really-
age of action movies are kind of gone at this point. It's
Yeah.
more like
it's superhero now.
it's
Those
heroes.
are the action
Yeah,
movies.
that's true.
It's because when you look back
And
at the
Fast
last
and
She's gonna be the
Furious.
closest
And
one.
Fast and the Furious, you know.
No.
they're good. The old movies are good for nostalgia's sake, but when you
They're
watch
not
something
good.
like Die Hard, like it's not a great movie. It's good for like fun, that kind of stuff. But nothing about any of those action movies from the 80s and 90s was realistic.
No, obviously not. But
You know, it's just good for nostalgia's sake. They're gonna get Harrison Ford in here probably too. Indy Jones just
yeah.
bring it back.
He's gonna be the pilot. He's gonna be like,
Just slamming planes into the ground left and right.
they would definitely. I think they would definitely have The Rock up in there. They should have Keanu
yeah.
Reeves.
Honestly tired. Okay, Keanu would be the
He would be the only
bright
one
spot
that.
of
Yeah,
the-
like yeah.
because he's actually like a jujitsu karate master.
He's the
Right,
only one
right.
there that knows exactly what he's doing. So it's like,
That would be amazing.
Keanu would be- I'd be okay with Keanu.
who else? I mean, yeah, no one really. I guess
I mean,
Michael
Bob
B.
Odenkirk-
Jordan. But oh yeah, Bob Odenkirk. That was
He
crazy.
did Nobody. I never seen it, but I heard good reviews on it.
Did you hear what happened to him?
That's right.
He had a mini heart attack.
He had a mini heart attack on set of Better Call Saul. And he
No kidding.
yeah, he collapsed on set and they brought him to the hospital. He had a mini
Is he
heart attack.
okay?
Yeah, he's fine.
He's
Yeah.
good.
Mhm.
Damn.
But that's crazy. That's scary, you know.
Yep.
Who would have thought?
Thank you.
Okay. Oh, okay. Is that my time to transition? Then?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
That's what
Thank
we
you.
do.
All right.
Thank you.
So,
Be
all
glad
right.
you've been in Puerto Rico the last month, Wylie.
I can imagine. So, okay, we'll transition to a new topic here. Kyler and I have not seen any of the two movies that are going to be discussed in the next few minutes. But Joey and Darian have. So we'll do a non-spoiler reviews for these two movies. Number one, starting with Old by M. Night Shyamalan. And then the second one would be Snake Eyes, the G.I. Joe Origins movie. So I guess you two can take it away there.
Yo, what if Wylie was like, Joey, are you recording?
Imagine.
Yeah,
All
oh
this
my
time.
God, I haven't been recording.
I'd cry.
I just turn off the meeting. Just
Yeah.
like, go to bed, guys.
Good night.
So
Starting old.
yeah, so Old and Snake Eyes have both been getting ripped up by critics and audiences alike.
Really?
Yeah, the reviews have been pretty bad for both of them. They're sitting at about the same. Now, we saw them both on opening night, both of them, so kind of got in before the reviews came out. So we'll start with Old.
I think you
Old,
said that twice already.
yeah,
Yeah.
Old.
Let's start with
Do you want to start with Old or?
Yeah, we'll begin with Old. Old is it's not what I expected from the trailers. That's my biggest thing. The trailers promised one thing, and the movie turned out to be something.
That
Very
scares me.
different.
That scares me right off
Yeah.
the bat, right there. Just.
It
I'll
ended
tell
up
you right
being-
now, when we're done with this, I'm not gonna watch the movie, so you can just tell me anything that happens. I'll
That's
tell
all
you.
right. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not going to spoil anything in here, but
No,
after
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
I still want to watch
Kyler
it,
wants
so.
to watch it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can tell me separate.
I'll take my headphones off.
When I say that, it's because the commercials promised something more fast-paced, intense. We have to figure out a way off this thing, and the movie itself was very slow.
Yeah.
Don't tell me all that started happening within like the last half hour of the movie.
No, it started early.
Oh, okay.
The thing is, it carries through the whole movie. It's not something that's going like dun, dun, dun,
there's
like
no sense
attacking,
of there's no sense of
attacking.
urgency. It's just more like
Exactly.
They're just like,
It
wow,
kinda,
they're
like,
older,
slowly
and then they just
builds,
chill
and
kind
then-
of thing.
No, they were getting nervous and stuff, but it was just like it was more
Getting
focused-
nervous. My like 8-year-old is now 16.
Yeah, I wouldn't
be-
nervous.
I'd be
now.
like wrecked, bro. Like,
And the scenes that hit. Like there was some high tension in those scenes when you're like,
Yeah, I left
freaking
that
out.
movie
5-year-old
theater
is a
hugging my
pregnant
parents.
24-year-old now.
Yeah, but it was more about like they tried to really focus on the relationships between the families and the people that were there.
Mhm.
And at the end of the movie, it kind of ended up being like value the time you have with your family. That's not what I was looking for when coming into this movie. I wasn't looking for a
I don't
wholesome
need to like
Pixar.
He said, "I don't want a lesson at the movie."
Yeah, I wanted like some intense, like how do we get out of this kind of
like a
stuff.
thriller.
Now,
Yeah,
What would you categorize it as?
it wanted to be a thriller.
Mm.
I guess it still fall into the thriller category,
Maybe
but
like
it's more like on
drama.
the suspense, drama, and
I have a question. So obviously, this is M. Night Shyamalan, who is notorious for his twists in movies.
yes.
Without getting into, I don't want to jump ahead either, but without getting into anything crazy, on a scale of like Split to like The Village, how good was the twist?
That is the perfect like bar that you just
But
said.
for those listening,
It
both those
was-
movies are M. Night Shyamalan. The
Yeah.
Village is
Yeah.
garbage twist. Split was like one of the best, top tier.
What do you think,
I
Joe?
don't want to say like it's something groundbreaking, but it makes sense.
Is it like in between? Is it like it's okay? kinda?
Yeah, like
Okay.
in between. Like once you
Like
once you get
Unbreakable.
once you get to the twist, you're like, and
Yeah.
it just you don't
So
leave
it's
the
not,
theater
it's not
unsatisfied.
jaw-dropping, but it's
You don't leave the
like,
theater
okay.
unsatisfied. Like you get your answer.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
In a sense.
everything is tied up by the end of the movie, so every last thing. There's nothing that is left unopened. There's nothing that the camera pans to at the end of the movie, and you're like, no, it's all wrapped up by the end, which I enjoy. I like that kind of
Mhm.
stuff. It was very grounded, so it wasn't. I mean, I called it walking into the theater. I called what the twist was going to be.
Did
And
you?
it ended
really?
up, yeah, and
Did
it
you
ended,
He did.
yeah, and it ended up being that. Like that's how grounded it was. I was like, watch it be
Okay.
this, and it ended up being that. And it wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad twist. It was just like, oh wow, that's
Predictable.
kind of like that's kind of crazy. But
Like I was
can
guessing
see-
stuff in the theater, and I was like, "Oh, guys, you noticed this?" And like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, Joey was calling
No,
out
it's
stuff
just-
like early on in the movie. So overall, I ended up giving it a 6 out of 10. Just
Nothing
Enjoyable.
demonic, by the way.
Yeah.
yeah, all very
we
grounded.
can settle
Nothing.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
Wanted to mention that.
Watchable.
Nothing.
It is
but
watchable,
not,
yeah.
like top 10. or
Yeah,
anything
not over the
like that.
top. Yeah.
Yeah, one of those that you'd watch once and you'd be like, we came out
Okay.
and we're like, that was okay. Not what I expected, but it wasn't bad.
You'll have it on in the background while you're doing something else.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, Snake Eyes. This is one that hurts my heart to see the reviews because I mean,
Indeed.
we all that were there enjoyed Snake Eyes.
Yeah. I mean, it looked like a fun movie from the trailers, and
It was,
It looks
yeah.
like
It
It
was.
doesn't look like one of those movies. It's like that's like an action movie that we were just talking about where you just
Yes.
go in and have fun.
And we went into it with that mentality. We went to the Sinopolis, so we got some food, some nachos and stuff like that, which is amazing. I'm obsessed with that theater now, thanks to Joey. And we went into it with the mentality of this. We saw the trailers. This is just purely action movie. You're not going to get deep, profound lessons from it. And there was some awesome shots in the movie where I was like, Joe, that is sick. You were watching it. It was crazy stuff.
How was the choreography?
the fighting. Yeah.
It was a lot of shaky cam,
It was.
which is frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a
Especially
lot
when
of
you're dealing
shaky
with
cam.
like sword fights and like
Because you want to see clean fighting.
Samurai,
you want to be able
yeah.
to see their moves, but you
Yeah.
can't. So the
Okay.
choreography could just be like straight garbage.
A
a
They
little
could
tighter.
just see fighting, but it looks even better because they're shaking.
You'd see like 50 of these Yakuza surrounding these two guys, and then the shaky cam starts, and all 50 are on the ground, and you saw them hit like 2 or 3.
I
and
know.
you're like,
Yeah, it was upsetting.
you're like, oh wow, that's kind of wild.
It was like a Last Jedi type of fight where people were punching the air and stuff like that.
No, the fact that made it into the final cut of that movie.
Legit, like punching the air out of nowhere. They just like their weapon is
Front
broken,
flipping onto the ground.
and stuff is flying from the air, and nothing ever happened up there. For some reason, everything's on fire. Yeah,
Spontaneous combustion.
yeah.
Michael Bay was here.
Which upsets me because like my first watch of it, which I guess it got me. That was the whole point. Your first watch, you're like, oh, this is dope, and then you go back and you're like, this is really garbage. This is a really bad choreography.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
No.
go ahead.
No. Go. Finish.
The first 2 acts of the movie were very grounded. It seemed it's a action movie in G.I. Joe. So obviously there's things that are happening. You're like, oh, that wouldn't happen. Like that's kind of supernatural. That kind of, no dude is going to jump that far and do that kind of stuff. The third act kind of went more on the fantasy side, like we have to retrieve this gem that gives people superpowers, that kind of stuff.
Is that in G.I. Joe? I thought G.I. Joe was just like soldiers.
Yeah, that's what I
Like,
thought. And then there's this
U.S.
like gem
military.
that you pointed at things and it blows up buildings and stuff like that. So it's very
Fantastic Four, Doctor Doom.
Just like that.
Okay, what timeline is this set in? So they just completely reboot the Snake Eyes character
completely.
because
This is a brand new.
because the other Snake Eyes wouldn't talk, and then this one he's just like talking the whole time.
That's how he
so-
is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, but isn't
You
it
can't
that,
make a
like,
whole
his
movie off
master
this,
or something dies? So because of that, he takes like a vow of
Yeah.
silence.
Storm Shadow killed his master.
Yeah.
That's what he killed him.
Okay.
That's another thing. This
Storm
whole
Shadow in it?
movie-
Wait, are you gonna like?
No
spoil
spoilers.
it?
I don't want any spoilers.
Oh, I'm not giving you guys spoilers.
Okay.
Are
But
you sure?
can. Well, I mean, you can.
That's
tell.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm pausing.
Hesitate, Joey.
Okay.
Keep him in check.
Okay.
What are you trying to say? What are you
I'm
trying
going to
to
be even more vague here. Snake Eyes should be the good guy in the movie, but you're not rooting for him. Almost never in the movie. He's like someone that you're like, his entire motivation is vengeance. And it's kind of hard to root for someone that's just purely based on vengeance and breaks vows left and right
like
and
chaotic
betrays
neutral.
everyone.
He seems
Yeah.
like the bad guy in the movie.
He does.
The protagonist.
Yes, that's what's
not
so
good.
crazy. You're never
Yeah.
rooting for him at all.
Okay.
It never happens.
Interesting.
So this is the title is Snake Eyes G.I. Joe Origins. So is this like Wolverine X-Men Origins where we only get Snake Eyes and then that's it, or are they going to continue with like do they introduce other G.I. Joe?
That was
characters?
also
Oh, that's true.
Should I say one?
So then, okay. So they leave it open for
wasn't the redhead
like,
in it
movies.
from the
Yeah.
first? Yeah.
Yeah. So they leave a
I don't know
different
any G.I.
strands
Joe
here.
characters, by the way.
Neither do I.
I don't know
Besides
either.
Channing Tatum.
Other than Snake Eyes.
Besides Channing Tatum, the actor.
Not,
They
he's
killed
not
off?
the actor. He's a G.I. Joe character.
So they do leave a bunch of strands open for like, okay, this is how we're gonna start our G.I. Joe movie. This is how we're gonna start our what's his name? Shadow something?
Storm Shadow.
Storm Shadow movie.
Is that a good guy or is that a Cobra?
That's
dude?
the
the
guy
white
dressed in
ninja
white.
His rival.
bad
Snake
guy.
Eyes' rival.
Okay, he's a bad guy.
He's
His
like
brother.
yeah,
So
the one that kills
Snake
his
Eyes'
master. Yeah,
Brother?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yo,
I say
what in
quotation
the
marks,
world?
Not blood brothers.
bro, I just got like 20 Discord notifications all at once on my phone. What the heck was that? All right, anyway, sorry. Sorry for interrupting.
No, it's okay. So what you mentioned about were they planning on doing sequels because it is G.I. Joe Origins.
Mm-hmm.
This movie, jeez, I hit my desk too hard there. The camera was shaking. This movie only made $13 million on opening weekend.
Oh, that's
bad.
That's
bad.
really bad. How much did it
That
cost
is
to make?
horrible. That's exactly what I'm going to look up right now because 13 million is atrocious.
I'm sure
I
they
feel
spent
bad, man.
close to that making it.
Yo, because
They
they
probably
might
spent
have
like
just barely broke even.
I think they might
Yo,
they might have
Snake
spent like
Eyes
25 million probably or something.
88 million.
Oh my god!
So this is an $88 million budget.
So they're at a deficit of like 70, 60 million right now.
They're up to 30 million now, but that's worldwide.
Still 50
Still.
million.
And that's 88 million before marketing. So they're probably talking about 100 million. So
Oh,
I don't I think this is done for
That's
for
dead in the
us.
water.
G.I.
Yeah.
Joe.
It sucks
That's
because
it.
that again, that Snake Eye suit was so beautiful.
It was so nice. Yeah, there was so many scenes in this thing where I was like, "That's sick. That's amazing. This is so fun. This
They
is
had
awesome."
really cool
Critical.
ideas, but the
Yeah.
execution just wasn't
Well, I
there.
think they killed GI Joe. They had a good like start with the
Once
Channing
they killed
Tatum
Duke
one.
off, that's when
Yeah, they had a good start with Channing Tatum, and then when the Rock
And they
one
killed
came
him
out,
in the first minute of the
That's what I'm
second
saying.
movie.
Yeah.
And then The Rock takes over.
that second movie was,
was-
garbage.
Yes.
The first
Rock
one,
was in the second movie.
yeah, he was the main character. The heck?
Yeah.
What?
He
I
took
don't
over
remember
Duke's
that.
role.
He was
Yes.
Duke's best friend, and then he took over the role as being like the leader. After
Duke was Channing Tatum.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yes.
Duke and The Rock were best friends.
yeah. They were
What
playing
the
Call
fuck?
of
There's
Duty
such, like, an
together
age gap there.
at the beginning. They were playing Call of Duty together.
That's
and stuff.
right. That's right.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
So the
this
first
is-
one had its problems, but it was a good movie. Everyone enjoyed
was.
that movie.
The only
Yeah.
thing from that movie I remember is Channing Tatum in that weird suit, just like running through buildings and cars and stuff.
Oh yeah.
dodging
Yeah,
missiles
with Damon
Yeah.
Wayne or whatever, and
Yeah, the one of the Wayans brothers.
your book fell.
Yeah, I saw that. That
Some
was
crazy
weird.
stuff. I looked at that man.
Joseph
Kevin
Gordon-Levitt was in
Spacey?
that
I
movie.
just got shook.
What?
Kevin Spacey.
What?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt
Oh, yeah,
was
that's
the
right.
villain.
That's
He
right.
was like
He was-
Cobra or whatever.
He became the Cobra.
Cobra.
leader. That's right.
Yeah.
I don't remember any of this,
Joseph
dude.
Gordon.
Yeah, he was.
He was
He
the
was his.
scientist.
12 when that
He
movie
was
came
his
out?
fiance's. He was
I know,
Channing
right?
Tatum's fiance's brother. He
chick's
was gonna
name?
be his brother-in-law, and then
The evil.
they were both in the in army fighting whatever, and then they bombed the building and he couldn't get him out, and so then that's why he broke up with his fiance. She left him because she blamed him, and then he ended up actually surviving. They thought he was all dead, and he became the evil scientist for Cobra.
I do not remember that movie at all. Everything you're saying to me is new.
Yeah.
And
Well-
I have a really good like recollection for movies.
Dennis
Holy
Quaid was
cow.
like the leader
I remember Dennis Quaid.
Yeah.
He was like the main leader
Mhm.
of all the Joes.
of Joe's, yeah.
Right? Okay.
But then
So-
Goodness.
the second one came out, and that was hot garbage. It was a bunch of
I don't
new
remember the second one,
characters,
though.
a bunch of like new people. Bruce Willis was in it in a truck.
Yeah.
Like what? I don't
Bruce
know.
Willis hasn't been in a good movie in decades. I mean, that guy is on such a bad streak. He's worse than Nicolas Cage right now. At least Nicolas Cage. No, yeah, Nicolas Cage had
Nicolas
Mandy, which
Cage-
was critically acclaimed, and he just came out with a movie called Pig,
Pig?
which is another one that's
All
getting
right,
acclaimed.
I started
everywhere.
watching that. It is so weird. It is so. I'm sorry.
What is it
it's
about?
Nicolas Cage.
It's
Yeah, but it's got an 88 on
he has
Metascore
a
right
he
now.
owns
He's got
a
his-
he owns a truffle pig, and then they steal it. It's like John Wick but with a pig.
What
He-
the heck?
the whole movie. The whole movie is him.
You stole my pig.
The whole movie
like,
is
Wylie.
him trying to go get the pig back.
My
Yeah.
pig!
Oh my god.
You gotta find the Declaration of Independence. Riley.
It's so bad.
Riley?
Riley.
Dude, what was that movie you sent me? He was just screaming in pain. I forgot.
Oh my goodness, dude. That was the worst acting ever. Have you guys seen that?
God, that,
No.
that
Don't play it. Don't
episode
play it right
of-
now.
Of Community where
Save it for
Abed
after.
goes.
Is
and
Nicolas
watches, like,
Cage good or
all the
bad?
Nicolas Cage
Yeah.
movies, and he goes insane.
The
is,
professor
like,
warns him.
perfect.
The professor's like, "Don't watch more than 3 at a
Yeah.
time because you will go crazy." That's exactly what he does.
It was hilarious.
Okay, so I think you're onto something there. I think the reason that they're not going to make, I think one of the big reasons that this bombed is because nobody cares about GI Joe.
No.
Yeah.
We didn't grow up with GI Joe.
Yeah.
All we had was one movie. It's not like we, had like the shows or the comics or the action figures. That's not our thing.
Mhm.
So for a GI Joe movie to come out, what audience
You
are
have
you
to have
even
a fan
trying to
base.
cater to?
If a
Yeah.
GI Joe movie came out in the 90s, that would be like, "Oh my god!"
Exactly.
Like,
That
but-
would be Marvel. That'd be the MCU.
exactly. But
That's Iron Man.
can't do it now.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's Snake Eyes got a 7 from me. So
Really?
Oh,
A
better than
7?
old?
yeah, because I enjoyed Snake Eyes and I would watch it again. I would have no problem
Okay.
watching it again. It was a
Okay.
fun movie.
Can agree with that. Yeah.
You know?
Of course you
Thank
do.
you.
Old,
Thank you.
old,
course you
old
do.
is just a one-time thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I'd watch Old again. Little too slow to watch twice.
I have my guess of what the old plot twist is, but I'm not.
Well,
gonna
you
say.
save it for after.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll discuss it after.
When it's over,
You
I'll
shut
ask
your mouth
you,
on the
and you
pod.
tell me if I'm right.
I'll let you know.
Okay, let's move on. Main topic.
you,
Of
thank
course,
you.
we've rambled on for quite some time. The main topic is our best and worst movie theater experiences.
Should we start with the worst?
Yeah, we could start with worst and then
and
build
then
our
make
way
my
up.
way over to
Build our way
times.
up. For worst for me, I couldn't really think of a really bad movie where I was just like, I gotta leave. I don't. I know Darian has
So-
one with Kyler.
Darian has
apparently.
two.
Yeah.
Wait, Darren, you save yours for
take,
last.
Don't
Save
take
yours
the
for
one
last.
that I was with you because that's mine.
Okay, that's fine. I'll say the other one. I want to guess Joey's though. That's what I want to do because
Joey,
I don't have.
Joey watches notoriously
Joey
bad
lives-
movies, so
Joey
I don't
lives
know.
for horrible movies.
Why do we keep going on with this?
I don't
You're gonna
know.
say,
That's all
you're
you
gonna say
watch.
Underwater, aren't you?
I am gonna say Underwater
Okay.
because that's the only movie like in a movie
I
theater that I've fallen asleep multiple times.
How do you fall asleep
Out of
multiple
boredom.
times in a movie? It's only 2
It was-
hours long.
I can't fall asleep
It
in
was
any
just
movie,
such a
no matter how
boring
bad
movie.
it is.
It just dragged.
I didn't think it was that bad.
It wasn't
For
that.
me,
bad.
personally, I was like, this sucks.
I'm just trying to wrap my head around because you literally watch like the worst movies, not because you like them. I know that.
I don't
Just-
watch them anymore.
Okay, but like you've like acclimated to that. So for you to put Underwater that low on your list is surprising to me.
Movie theaters though. Don't forget.
Yeah,
Fair
yeah,
enough.
we're talking movie.
Fair enough. I can see that.
Mm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, I didn't
we
watch
saw
it
it
in
together,
theaters.
and Underwater wasn't good by any means.
I watched it on
Probably-
like a Sunday afternoon here.
Watch it and reclines.
Probably a 5 or a 6 out of 10. I don't remember what I gave it, but it wasn't good. But it wasn't that bad. It was just your basic kind of
Predictable, like
predictable. We have a cast of 8 people, and one by one they're all going to get picked
Yeah.
off. That kind of thing. Kind of like Life with Jake Gyllenhaal and Ryan Reynolds and all them.
Mm.
That
Okay.
one was good though.
I just remembered the pressurizing the suit. I just remember that death. Oh, that sucked.
yeah.
In Life or in Underwater?
Underwater.
Underwater.
Remember he
Spoiler.
decompressed and
Yep.
Been
Yeah.
out for like 5 years.
I haven't watched it. I haven't watched it.
yeah.
All right. What was yours, Wylie?
I told you I couldn't think of one
You couldn't
in
think
a
of one.
theater.
Oh,
I
okay.
can't think of any. I thought you were
I've-
just like trying to build
One, I've
suspense.
never walked out of a theater. Number two,
What's the movie you wish you walked out of to save time?
That's
on
what
your
I'm
life?
trying
Seen a
to-
movie that bad.
that's what I'm trying to think of, but I can't. I'm
Keep
seeing.
thinking. I'll tell you mine.
I'm sure it's been like in the past, and I just kind of forgot it. I think I don't know. Yeah, I might have to keep thinking on that one.
Let me pull up the date here because
I can't think of one.
so on January 14th, 2011,
January 14th, 2011. Dang,
me and my
what movie came
family
out in 2011.
went to the Southington Cinemas, which was their name at the time.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
we expected to enjoy a good classic movie. My parents grew up with this character. I figured I would enjoy it as well. And this was with a gentleman by the name of Seth Rogen. And it was the
Green
Green Hornet.
Green Hornet.
Oh
I
my
Let me tell you,
Oh my god, Christoph Waltz. Heck
when
yeah.
I tell you
I like Green Hornet. It was funny.
It was terrible.
It was
trashy
garbage, but it was
Abysmal.
funny.
abysmal, that movie, and my 12-year-old movie critic self knew it was horrible. And
See-
it got to a point where it was so bad at some point in the movie, an hour or some change in, just some cringy, just horrible jokes, just unneeded scenes, just weird stuff that we all just got up collectively, walked out, and went to Dairy Queen down the street. I mean, it was that bad.
For
Yeah.
me, that movie falls into the like trying to be stupid movie. Like they're not.
I've
It's
never
not
seen it
trying
since
to
then.
be serious.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I've seen it a
Mhm.
few times.
Mhm. I've seen it multiple
I
times.
don't
yeah.
remember too much of it because
Kato.
it's literally
Hey,
one of
Kato.
those movies that it's like purposefully stupid. That was whoa.
That was way too deep for
Practicing
Seth.
that?
This
That was spot on.
Hey,
Our-
that's what I thought.
our Lord and Savior David Harper's in that movie.
See, this is stuff that
Oh, yeah.
in
Wow.
2011.
David
That's
Harper.
crazy.
He's the DA
Holy moly.
that killed his
I
father.
forgot about that.
Yeah. Oh my god, Hopper. I love Hopper.
He was mad skinny.
He's great and everything.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Alright,
that
wow,
was
Susanna.
mine. What
Okay.
about you, Kyler? Why don't you
Kyler-
explain our second one here?
Yeah, you guys kind of went together.
So D and I, what were we doing? Why were we there? Because I don't even think we were driving at that point.
I think we were too young to drive at that point. Maybe we got
Yeah.
dropped off or something.
Yeah, D and I were chilling in the movies, and we were so excited because I think all of us here collectively love. It was a sequel to a movie that we absolutely loved and adored. It was amazing. I will watch it any day. And we went in with very high hopes.
A sequel.
A sequel.
Mm.
This is got to be back what 2000.
When did the sequel come out?
Yeah, 13. I want to say 14 maybe. No, before
2013, December
13.
18th.
Okay. Damn.
It's Men in
That
Black
long
3.
ago. Wow.
Huh?
Men in Black 3.
No, God, no. Ew. Oh, you know what? I might change mine to Men in Black 3.
That was okay. That was a really
That was
bad
bad.
movie.
It was atrocious.
I'll make that mine. The whole movie, I was
yeah,
like, "What is
Wylie-
going on?" Like,
Wylie can have that
yeah.
one.
The freak.
No, this is a sequel. So there was one before it, the first one, and
That
then
is a sequel, yes.
we go in, and I want to say 3/4 of the movies when we walked out, and it was when our main man Ron Burgundy
Oh,
in Anchorman 2 started
oh,
singing
oh
about his shark
man.
Dobie.
I
while he's
know
blind
that
and
story.
painting in a lighthouse, and I was like, "Oh God!" Darren and I both just looked at each other and just got up and walked away and waited in the waiting room for like our parents to pick us up.
Yeah, it was an agreement. We were like, "Oh, this is." I mean, you're singing to your pet. The song was going on for about 2 minutes, and I was like,
Dobie,
"Are you kidding me?"
Oh, Dobie!
It was
like
like-
his son is like handing him paint supplies because he's blind.
You know what? It got pretty funny after that part.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
I still want to watch. I haven't.
I sat
gotten
through
around to
it.
watching
I
again.
sat through it. I watched it in theater. It got
But I
funny
know, like-
after. Yeah.
I know. What was it? AJ Applegate? Is that the actress's name?
Christina Applegate.
Christina?
Christina Applegate. Her like husband or whatever
Why
that
is this
like
not focusing,
he
bro?
didn't trust ended up having like psychic powers, and he was like levitating things and flying around at this point.
Dude,
It was so weird, but it sounds like one of those things that like after that would have been like, okay, this is pretty funny.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was just a lot of like, oh my goodness. Like when they were in, none of the jokes were landing either. It really wasn't that funny.
Why is this not focusing? Uh huh. Sorry.
It's kind of like Zoolander 2, which is another one that was like,
I love
It's just-
Zoolander too.
oh, Zoolander 2 is so bad. There's like
It was
3
so
jokes that I
good.
love, and besides that,
Adam, Eve, and Steve.
the Justin Bieber scene at the beginning where they're shooting him for like 40 seconds.
Yeah.
He's just, like, just for 40 seconds, he's just getting shot, and he's just like,
Oh my God, I loved that.
that had me
movie.
dying. And then Owen Wilson's whole crew that he had,
Yeah.
His family.
the family,
When
just the
I
whole
saw
concept.
Kiefer Sutherland show up, I lost. What's the SNL actor? I always forget his name. Who was like the one who met them at the airport, and they just
Fred
photoshopped-
Armiston?
Yes, they
Yeah,
had his
yeah,
big head on like a 5-year-old body. It was so freaking funny.
Yeah,
Oh God.
just that whole Interpol, like, who was was this Salma Hayek? No, I can't remember.
I don't remember.
I don't know.
Like that.
But anyway,
probably.
yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Maybe we move on to best
Yeah.
movie experiences now.
Let's move on
I
to
think-
some good ones. Yeah. Top of my list. Can I? Since I didn't have a bad one, can I start with the top of my list?
Sure. We're all gonna talk about this one anyway.
Maybe. Yeah,
I think we all have
probably.
the same one.
Do we?
I know,
Mine
right?
is.
I feel like
You guys are probably. I don't know if you're thinking Endgame, but mine is Arrival. That's my top.
Oh.
Arrival is my top.
that's a good one.
experience.
That is.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
Oh my God! When
Damn.
that moment.
Yeah,
Can we say it?
it's been.
No,
we've
no,
talked.
no, no,
like,
no.
we've talked about it so many times, and we're always like, "Go watch it, go watch it, go watch it." At this
Yes.
point,
If
we
you're-
have to.
If you're a
spoil-
fan of the podcast,
I'll put a
and you
spoiler
like what we
warning
talk-
right here.
Yeah.
Spoiler
you
warning.
have to have seen Arrival by now.
Yeah, like
Try to forward it a minute or two if
3,
you're at this point on the podcast.
2,
And if you hear the spoiler in a minute or
One.
two, then forward it more.
yeah,
freaking time travel with language.
with aliens.
That's the coolest thing ever.
I mean,
Oh
that
my
is
God.
right up our alley of movies. You could not
Yo.
make a more perfect movie for this group.
The moment
just-
when she said, "I don't know who this girl is,"
We were all.
all of our,
I'm getting
all of
goosebumps
our
right now.
jaws
We all
collectively
looked at
dropped.
each
Same.
other and we're like, "What's
Oh.
going on?
Who is this girl in my dreams? We were like, "Oh my God!"
Why are you
Dude.
showing me like?"
Oh,
I said,
When
you
she
called
op-
me.
so
How do I
good.
call you if I don't have my number? And he was like, here you go.
Yeah.
I was like,
I'm giving it to you.
Oh, I have goosebumps right now. Oh my god.
don't-
It was so good.
There was I've
is
recommended that
weird.
movie to some people, and I'm not ageist, but everyone older
Yeah, yeah,
that I've recommended it
doesn't- it
to
doesn't
does
hit.
not.
I
it
agree.
does not hit.
I made my parents watch it, and they're like, "This is a
We all
porquería, una
I
porquería."
remember for like a
They don't
whole week
understand.
after we saw it, we were like raving to our parents, and then we all got them to. I think we all went together again.
It's possible.
And
Oh
got all of
yeah,
our
yeah,
parents
you're
to
right.
watch it.
Yeah.
You're
and
right.
they all walked out, and they were like, "That's what you've been talking about for the last week? Seriously?" We're like, "You're insane. You don't understand."
You
Gibson
know,
Hall because
they
that was
don't.
amazing."
Yeah, that's one of those movies where it's not in your face. You have to really understand what's going on.
And I know my
Really
dad
pay
is probably
attention.
gonna listen to this and come up to me at work and
Be like,
like
"Dude."
call me out on what I'm saying. But it's true, Pop. You have no idea what you're missing out on.
Yeah,
I am not along with that, Tony. I am neutral
Oh,
here.
whatever.
we
I
want
am-
to live. We
Yeah.
want to live.
I am
Listen,
Switzerland in this
these
argument.
are not my words, but Darian doesn't trust the opinion of anyone who listens to podcasts on Castbox. That's
is
what
true.
Darian told me. So I mean,
I agree with that.
yeah,
Bro, that's like I put up this thing on my story and I was like
Oh.
Spotify or Apple Music. It ended up being about 70-30. I
For
find
Spotify?
out for Apple Music, thank the
Oh.
Lord. And then I find out
most people, a lot of
One-
people like Spotify.
one
I don't know
person
why.
uses YouTube Music, bro. What are you doing? That should not be a thing. I won't name names, but you know who you are, and it's disgusting.
I'm calling you out.
I'm
Do they
calling
listen to
you
the
out.
podcast?
That needs to stop. Yeah, and it's
Say
like,
their name. Say their name.
Say it right
No,
now.
I'm not gonna say a name.
Say
No,
their
we're not
name.
putting him
Go
on-
ahead.
We're not
Call
putting
them
him or her on blast.
Say
All
their
I'm saying
name
is
right now.
Apple Music is superior, and for some
So you-
reason, all the Spotify users started coming at me. I didn't even say anything,
Yeah,
but this just,
he just put the poll up.
Well,
dude, and they
you
were
did say
I have
something.
no
You
dog
said
in this fight.
you said there is a right answer. Obviously, they're going to
Yeah,
be triggered.
yeah.
But this goes to show you how insecure the Spotify users were because they knew
they
that
know
they
they
were
picked
wrong.
the wrong answer.
I
As soon
didn't
as they
say
saw
which
the
was right.
difference in the poll.
Yeah. That's what they were. They were like, Spotify's better. It's got more this and that. I was like, yo, chill. Right? Spotify. It's not.
You do you. You do
Yeah,
you.
Apple Music just feels elite, while Spotify feels like Android.
There are certain features in Spotify that I like more than Apple Music, but Apple Music overall is to me is better. Yeah.
I have them both.
Yeah.
I use here and there, but I just don't like the layout of Spotify. I'm just not a fan of it.
Yeah. Me neither.
Just like
Anyway,
Apple Podcasts.
back to movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Arrival.
Yes,
Arrival.
Arrival. Phenomenal choice.
It
That was
definitely if you like
Bro.
sci-fi, but in a way that hasn't been done before, this is definitely your movie.
groundbreaking. Yeah.
When I tell you we went into this movie and not at all was it what we expected, but in a good way.
It was so much better.
It was so much better.
So much better
There
than
was-
any of us expected. Yeah.
And it's like a slow burn where like you keep seeing certain things and you're like, wait, what's going on here? And then until like that epic finale, you're like, wow, like this blew my mind.
One
Blew
of
my
those
mind.
movies where you can have like an audible click in your brain
Yeah.
When it hits.
when it hits.
We
Yeah.
And
all
you're
had
just
it
like,
at the same time.
Yo, we definitely- we
my
all, like-
God. Yeah.
We all
Yeah.
grabbed each other. We're like, oh,
Stop. Dude,
That was like perfectly done. That's like perfectly executed.
it's
Denis Villeneuve just like
Yeah.
took
Shoot.
the cake. That was just perfect.
Beautiful.
it's actually based on a short story by Ted Chiang, who is this
Hmm.
sci-fi author, and he does short stories, and the short stories he does are insanely amazing.
like Philip K.
Interesting. I
Dick
didn't know that.
caliber or
It's different because Philip K.
Okay.
Dick is more pure sci-fi, cool plots, stuff like that. Ted Chiang is more sci-fi with philosophy and meaning. So that's
Definitely
why
this
Arrival had
movie.
makes
that.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? That's why I had more deeper meaning
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
movie. That's how his short stories are. So I have both of his books. They're amazing if you enjoy sci-fi and like actually reading that kind of stuff. So good, so good. So that's where this movie was actually based off of.
Awesome.
Curveball of a pick, but it very much pleased me.
Yeah.
I like that one a
completely
lot.
forgot about that. That was a
Yeah.
great choice.
I don't know how I forgot about that, but I did.
That's why
I'm glad you said it.
You were like, "This is all of ours." I was like, "Y'all gonna say Endgame," but I'm
Yeah.
throwing you a curveball here.
Imagine we're like, no,
I was
it's
gonna say
Survival.
Endgame.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Talking about Endgame. I forgot about Endgame.
Yeah.
Joey, go ahead.
yeah,
Why don't you say
Joey.
what you were gonna say.
It really was gonna be Endgame. I mean, let's be honest. That was an emotional
Mine too.
roller coaster for every single one of us.
Rightfully so. The problem is, I think Endgame would be higher on my list if I was with you guys. But since I was in Puerto
forget
Rico,
that every
yeah,
time.
Oh my goodness, you're right.
I was in
Stop
Puerto
going
Rico.
to PR.
Yo,
What the heck?
yo, it's
disgusting.
God. Still
That's
Anyway.
disgusting.
Yeah, I was with you for
Um,
Infinity War, so I guess that counts.
Oh,
That ending.
Infinity War. The ending. When we sat there,
That one woman that like took all our oxygen away because she like
she was like,
gasped so hard. Dude,
Facts. That was like a gasp that you hear in a
my
show
God.
or a movie
She
where
became
someone's
a
like,
black hole in the
Dude,
theater.
I was like,
nah, when I tell you
Um,
Infinity War hit different because
yeah.
that was the one Marvel movie where it ended and none of us moved, not because we wanted to see the end credits, but because we were all in shock and like a deep depression. We were just like,
yeah.
what just
That
happened?
movie ended on a hard down.
Yeah, it definitely
Like,
did.
The fact that we had to wait a year.
Like,
We had to wait a year.
oh
Yeah.
my God.
bro, the gall of these people to end a movie like that and know that I'm gonna come
year?
back.
For
Know
a
that I'm
year?
gonna come back.
You gonna make me wait a year?
Dude, it's like being a Kanye fan. Like this man will beat you and spit on you and call you names, but his fans will still come back.
Bro,
crawling on all
Donda, right
fours.
now, Donda, like what is going on?
Do you see what they're doing?
The live
They're
stream,
live stream,
him in his room.
just making the thing. It's them in like a
They're
prison
still
cell
making
looking
it.
room.
They're still making. Yo, he's spending 1 million a day to sleep in that room.
It's
Prison cell?
No, it's a room.
I
He
don't have all the information.
okay.
here.
Let me start. We're gonna tangent really quick from movies, and we're gonna talk about Kanye West
Don't
for like
lie.
a minute.
It's gonna be a minute.
No,
it's gonna
all
be
right.
a while.
Kanye West has a new album coming out. He held a listening event, which is like a thing that Kanye kind of started a few years ago with Life of Pablo. Most artists don't do it, but he kind of started. It's literally like a bunch of fans could buy tickets and you can listen to the album live before anyone else can. So he held a listening event at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, which is Atlanta's his hometown. It sold out. All he did was stand in the middle of the field and just vibed to his own music in a sold out show. That's all he did. Then it was over and the album was supposed to come out and nothing happened. No album came out, nothing. Well, Kanye is notorious for constantly changing his albums. Like literally like an album will drop and then like within a week he'll change one of the songs. Like it's crazy. So he's still finishing the album, which was supposed to come out today. And while he's finishing it, he's just staying in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Like he rented out a room. It's just like a locker room type thing.
give me screen sharing back.
No.
I figured out how to solve the problem. I won't shut off your guys' video. I promise. I have to minimize my window and put it back up.
Such a liar.
I promise.
You do what I'm
me
kicking
show you
you,
guys.
and I'm not unlocking the room this time.
Doesn't
Yeah.
it look like a prison cell, bro?
What the heck?
What
Looks like
is
some
going
weird
on
BDSM
here?
stuff going on.
Oh yeah, he's always
Weirdest
wearing
dude, what
masks.
in the
That's Chance.
world? Chance the Rapper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah?
Poor thing does not listen to her.
So yeah.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
So he's
What
just
the
chilling
heck?
in there. He's
What
spending
the
1
heck?
million a day to stay in that stadium to finish his album. Why didn't he leave and just go back later? Beats me. But he's a weird dude. Kanye's a weird dude. I don't know.
He's a very weird dude.
But yeah, that's wild. How did we get to Kanye? Finishing
I don't
stuff.
know, you guys started talking
Forgot.
about stuff.
Back
Oh,
to
you said
Endgame.
knowing that you were gonna come back to the movie.
Yeah, and then you
Oh,
said
yeah,
Kanye,
yeah.
fans.
fans.
Yeah, there you go.
And
Yeah,
then
see,
we
like,
spiraled out of
figured it out.
control.
We figured it out. There you go.
So for Endgame, I remember being at work and we're on top of ticket releases. The interesting thing about post-COVID times is that every movie we've seen in theaters haven't had to worry about getting the tickets when they drop. I
There
think
hasn't
Spider-Man
been
would be the first.
there
movie.
hasn't been very big movies either. Like Quiet Place would
yeah.
have been the biggest one, I think. But
That's fair.
But that
That's
was
fair.
the first one. But Spider-Man is definitely going to be a little tricky.
Eternals and Spider-Man are going to be ones that we're going to have to be on top of.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember waiting in the online queue for 3 hours for those tickets, just on my phone looking, because you had 2 minutes to pick the tickets or else you get booted. So it was like this heavy, like I was like going crazy. 3 hours later, I get in, I panic, I get my seats. We're good. 10 seats I bought. We all get there that night, 10 p.m. showing of Endgame. Best experience.
God, it was that late. That was amazing. That was
Dude,
worth it.
well worth it.
That was well. And it's like a
Go to work
3-hour
tomorrow,
movie.
but Aaron's like, "Did you watch it?" We're like, "Yup."
Yup.
Couldn't get
I
tickets.
can't open my eyes.
It was the scene, I think the craziest scene, and now I love watching these videos on YouTube and TikTok when people react to it.
And none of this
When-
can be spoilers because everyone has seen Endgame at this point. I don't.
If you haven't watched it, then you
You're on
deserve
culture.
to have
You
the
deserve
spoiler.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You deserve it. When Cap catches Mjolnir, when it
Dude.
zooms this way, and I'm like, oh my goodness, Thor's gonna smash Thanos.
When you
with
see it shake in the
Yeah.
in the ground first, and you see Thor like being
Get him.
pinned by Thanos,
Yeah.
and you already know it's gonna happen. But
Yeah.
then you see it.
this tension builds
God,
up, and when he catches it, when I say the theater together exploded,
Erupts.
And the music.
oh my goodness, dude, it was like.
Look at this, look at
Everyone, you know, when you go to movies, everyone has this rule. You stay quiet. You laugh when you're supposed to. Outside of that, you stay quiet. This is a movie filled with stomping, screaming,
Cheering.
yelling, cheering.
And that scene was followed up immediately by one of the most legendary and iconic scenes in cinematic
I
history.
can't. My body can't handle this right now. Like
on
I'm
your
like
left.
on your left.
On your left. Absolutely. That makes me like tear up with excitement. I get like a lump in my throat when I watch that. Even now, just remembering the over 10 years of build up for that one scene.
To have
And then you hear
everyone.
him say assemble, and it's just like, no, I can't.
We've been
handle
waiting
this.
for Avengers Assemble since the first Avengers movie.
God, it was like you could not have done that any better.
Honestly, have you seen it since Chadwick's passed away?
Yes.
I cried
Yeah.
when
He
they
came
did
out?
on the left.
On the left,
Bro.
He comes out. Ibambe. Ibambe.
That is the saddest thing, man. I mean,
Stop. Stop.
you got Daniel Kaluuya. He's like,
Yeah.
That-
it was so
That was
like
such a good movie.
absolutely the best
Unbelievable.
experience I've ever had in a
Yeah.
theater. Just this joint community, happiness, pure glee. Unlike that's what Star Wars should have been. That's what that new trilogy should have been.
This is true.
But the most amazing part is, who was it that said that? Was it Spielberg who was talking about how
Scorsese.
like, when you go to a movie?
Oh no, maybe Spielberg.
No, it was Spielberg.
Yeah, when you go to a movie, you become like a community of family.
Yep.
And when you have people who show up to the Thursday premiere at 10 o'clock, you have to be committed for something like that. And you know that every single person is getting hit the same way as you.
Yep.
So you just become this like homunculus of like of
There is
emotion,
world peace inside of
raw
that theater.
emotion. It's like a nerve. And
Yeah.
everyone just feels the same way. It was just like
That's why I love
Bliss.
the movies though, because
It
no
was
matter who
bliss,
you
yeah.
are, no matter how different our opinions are, in that moment, like we're a family. We
We're
definitely
one.
are. Like
That's
Yeah.
what is so amazing.
yeah.
yes. You don't get that
Right.
experience sitting on your couch.
Mm.
You can't.
No,
It's not the same.
no. And that's why I think Spider-Man is Eternals is going to be good, but
Mhm,
Spider-Man is going to be the
gonna be
time when we get that vibe again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I had. That was
Um,
going to be my movie too. So
Yeah, I had
I got other
Endgame.
ones.
I thought we were all gonna have Endgame, but I'm really, really happy that Wylie pulled out
Arrival.
'cause that
Arrival.
was
that was a good choice. Yeah, I didn't think about that one.
yeah.
I don't know what other.
I have
You know what?
other very specific moments in movies, not just an overall movie.
Can I throw a curveball in there?
Yeah,
too?
go for it.
And it shouldn't be that much of a curveball for you guys because it's my favorite movie of all time. But Inception, there were so many scenes in Inception that just had me like in tears.
In
Because
theater
it's
though,
just- Oh yeah, in theater. The first
I
time
don't
I,
remember
watched
seeing
it.
it in theater.
Oh my god! The first time I watched it, and I've seen it, I think now like 11 times. I've seen it a lot of times. But watching it in theater, I was like, I can't wait to just go home and watch this movie again and again and again. And I have, because it was just like everything. And then the very end with the wobble, and you're like, oh my God, like, oh, it's so good.
A flawless movie
so
from
good.
beginning to end. It is a flawless movie.
Interstellar too.
Interstellar is obviously my favorite movie of all time.
Also,
I don't watch it. I've seen it 5 times, but I haven't watched it in maybe 2 years because I like to space out so that certain scenes I can hopefully
hit
forget
again,
and hit harder.
When they like reveal that he was the quote unquote
Alien.
ghosts in Murph's room,
the angel or the ghost or whatever.
that was like, no way. He's in the
Because-
5th dimension, just like vibrating time and stuff. That was,
And it just hurts
Only
so
Nolan.
hard because
only Nolan.
Matthew McConaughey does such an amazing job at feeling useless, at making you see how useless he feels, because he's just pushing things, and he's just screaming. He can't figure it out, and then when he finally breaks through and figures out how to divide the lines of dust,
When he's
that
watching the videos and seeing his kids age in real time.
That's the
That's
part.
every time.
That's the scene that hits
gaps.
me.
That hurt me.
That is the scene that hits me every time. That's the scene that I cried in the theater. I was
I
like,
think I
yeah.
saw it with you, Wylie, Alexi.
Yep.
I don't know. Darren, were you with us when we saw it?
I don't
I
remember
don't
seeing
remember if
Interstellar in
Darren
theaters.
was with us. But I remember turning to my side. I think Alexi was sitting between us.
Yep.
And he was just bawling.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, you okay? Because
Yeah.
it never hit me like that. I've never
It
cried
hit me.
over
It
Interstellar.
hit me. It hit me.
But I know a lot of people have.
Yeah.
And I turned to him and I was like, I don't understand why you're crying right now, but are you like all right? He was like, it's his kids, man. I was like, dude.
Yo, when she's like, it's my birthday. I'm as old as you when you left. Like, come on, man.
Yeah. I
All
can
you have
see
to do-
why people would get emotional.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not like bagging on anyone. I
Yeah.
just
It didn't hit
it
you
never
that
hit
way.
me like that. Yeah.
He did such a good job at portraying that, though. Just a parent seeing within a few minutes your children grow up and knowing that they grew up without you now
Mhm.
Yep.
because of one small mistake on this mission.
This little maneuver is gonna cost us
Yeah.
like
Our
however
whole
many
lives.
years.
Yeah. pretty much.
So I don't remember seeing that one in theaters, but
Yeah.
I don't remember the first time I saw Interstellar. I really don't.
That's
I remember the first time I showed it to Jose. I was like, your mind is going to be blown.
Yeah.
And
Me too.
Joey too, and it was. That's a movie that I recommend to everyone, and it's just like
It still is good.
Yeah.
That's another movie that my mom watched and she was like, I hate this. And,
Even Matt Damon's appearance, because I don't think
Oh,
anyone
yeah,
no promo for it
expected him
at all. Yeah.
And then
I
he
was
turned
like,
out to be this horrible person.
yeah.
Ruins everything.
that's my only and Interstellar is a 10 out of 10 for me. But that is my only complaint about that movie. I'm not a fan of the weird subplot with Matt Damon and him becoming, like kind of like an evil villain. It's okay. It just
He
it
felt
doesn't feel
hopeless. and-
part of the movie.
Out of place.
It was so out of place from whatever
Yeah.
was going on in the movie.
What hurt me was Murph's whole family was there by her side of deathbed, and no one paid attention that your great grandfather standing right in front of
Nobody
you.
knew
honestly.
him. Nobody knew him. I guess
I was
pictures.
bummed
Yeah.
out when she was
But
like,
she-
"Oh, you can go. Like my family's here." I was like,
Yeah, but
stay
she said
till
out
she
loud,
dies."
but,
And
like,
she's
at that
"Oh,
point-
got like 10 more
No
minutes.
parent should see your child
Oh, you
die.
got
Like,
him?
I'd be like, "Oh, is that
Yeah.
your dad? Whoa!"
Yeah,
It's true.
I don't know.
At that
Yeah.
point, she
For the
knew
plot.
that family that was with her longer than her own
She
dad.
known
so,
her dad. Yeah,
True.
just
Weird.
Yeah.
You weren't here. You wouldn't be here. If it
I
wasn't for
think
me.
another very specific scene that hit me personally was Civil War, when Black Widow
Everything.
and
All
Tony,
of it.
they're talking and they're like, I have an idea. And he's like, where's yours? She says downstairs. And then she goes, where's yours? And then you get hit with the Queens.
Queens.
Oh my goodness. And then with your
That is
left
a good
hand
point.
free.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. and then you see Peter, and it's just that every time.
No, that
time,
was-
that gets me.
That I
We've
still remember
seen all
I
of those
remember
together too.
Yeah.
when they first dropped the trailer,
Under
where they
Ruth?
first introduced Spider-Man.
What the shit?
I remember you sending that to the group chat with like a million exclamation points. You're like, "Oh my god!"
I still go back and watch it. I still go
Yeah.
back and watch it because that
one of those like that was probably one of the best trailers.
Spider-Man hits
be honest.
different.
I
for
agree.
Me. It does.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That whole movie, that's still hands down my favorite
Oh,
Marvel
you know
movie.
what?
Oh, Civil
It's a
War is
good point. I
amazing.
forgot about that.
Yeah.
Any other specific
Thank you.
Honorable mention. I don't remember it being or seeing it in theaters because I think Darian was the one who showed it to me. Hot Rod.
Oh, Hot Rod.
Really,
by
really
far.
stupid movie, but very
Watching
very,
it at
very
Joey's
good.
house at like 1 a.m. and just cracking
That's a
up.
movie
That
you
is-
have to watch at 1 a.m. with all of your friends when you're like dead tired.
That was one of my
Wylie-
favorite experiences.
Wiley stopped breathing
Yo, I
during
did.
the babe scene.
we had to give him CPR
He was like-
a few times.
I lost. Yeah, I lost. My brain lost a
lost-
little bit of
he
oxygen.
lost consciousness.
Yeah,
Blood
um,
in the defibrillator.
that's the way.
Will
That's
Arnett
why
was
I
just
am the way I
screaming,
am.
babe.
Yeah.
It's like, babe, no, babe.
No, babe, no.
Anchorman is another movie that like absolutely kills every time.
The jokes really hit in Anchorman
Yeah.
like they don't in many
Not
other comedy movies
Anchorman
like that.
2. Not Anchorman 2,
No, the
but
first one
Anchorman
was
1, yes.
amazing.
I mean, very few comedy movies in general hit today like that.
The first time they show all of the different news stations come to
Oh
that,
my
like,
god!
random
When
fight,
they have the war.
and you see like
Bro,
Ben Stiller like as the is it Ben Stiller?
talking about
his name?
Steve Carell?
No.
No, it's one of the
Zoolander.
new-
Owen Wilson.
Owen
was in
Wilson?
I think you're talking about the second movie where all the
No, he was in the first one. He was
They
the,
had
the
a few.
Spanish channel.
it. Oh,
Remember,
Ben
'cause
Stiller.
I didn't.
Oh,
Ben
it
Stiller
is
was-
Vaughn.
Yeah.
Vince Vaughn was
Oh,
there,
the
but Ben
first-
Stiller was the Spanish channel for
He was
some
a Spanish
reason.
guy. He had like nunchucks or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, Jim Carrey
Oh, yeah,
was like
yeah,
the
yeah.
Canadian network.
Yeah.
It was
they
like
brought
all these
everyone in.
like really like big name actors
Yeah.
who just showed
The
up.
second
like,
one.
for
The second
5
one did it
minutes.
again
Oh, that was the second
after
one with Jim Carrey.
Kanye
after
was in that
the
one.
after
Yeah,
the
Will
whole
Smith was,
Dolby
sports.
thing.
After the Dolby thing.
Yeah.
yeah. I know Will Smith was there. Because I went back and watched the fight. But I
Yeah,
haven't seen the
that
movie.
scene was funny. The fight was funny.
Yeah, but that whole scene is just like
I have a
amazing.
grenade.
Yeah, he threw a trident at a dude and like
Yeah.
murdered him. It was so weird. Oh, man.
Yeah, you should probably hide out for.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's like,
you should
gotta
probably lay low
low.
for a while. You killed a man.
Ridiculous.
It's like, yeah, I did.
Steve Carell he's a national treasure. He's just
I love that guy. So
Absolutely. Oh, I thought Ren just got tossed out of the country. It was the same color as his onesie.
throwing the
His
sand.
Ren.
He's like throwing everything over here.
Yeah. He's like,
Wendy and him are like throwing stuff at each other.
yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Ringo's
That slides
Ringo's
out on
calling
the,
it a
like,
wrap.
podcast.
Other
You know what we
any
forgot
other
to talk
movies?
about?
What?
No, for movie news was Carnage. I just realized.
Carnage trailer.
I haven't seen the trailer.
Oof.
I gotta watch that one.
Dude,
Kyler-
we're watching it right after this, after I urinate.
Yeah,
Tyler-
I'll watch that one.
That transformation from Cletus to Carnage is flawless, and the character design flawless. They knocked it
looks
out of
so
the
good.
park with this.
When you play the
I
trailer,
think-
D, skip like the first couple seconds because now trailers like to like show a preview of
Oh
like
yeah,
the
they
trailer.
show, yeah, it's weird.
Really?
I
don't
think I
like it.
ruined
They show a
that
trailer of
movie
the
for
trailer.
myself already because
Why?
I've watched a lot of Simpsons and Cletus is the name of that like hillbilly dude with like.
Yeah,
dreads.
Cletus.
So
I
every
can't.
time I
simply can't.
Okay.
I can't, sir. I simply can't. Every time I hear that name, I just think of Cletus from Simpsons, and it ruins
Yeah.
it for me.
He's
Okay.
like, we've made this barrier absolutely foolproof. And for this, we've brought
I want
clean.
to see what I can do with my finger.
I didn't watch that movie with you guys, but that is another movie where I absolutely
movie?
in the movie theater I
Yeah, that-
enjoyed
that
myself.
movie's
That
freaking
was
kills.
so funny. I watched that in Puerto Rico with my
The
uncle.
SpongeBob SquarePants movie.
Yes, I watched that with my dad.
Another movie that's like phenomenal. I don't care
I don't
how
remember I
old
watched
you
that.
are. That movie is incredible.
I'm a goofy goober.
I
yeah.
actually got really close to crying in that scene.
You're
I'm
a
not gonna
goofy
lie.
goober. Yeah.
When their tears make the little heart.
Oh man, that was another good one. Pretty much all our movie experiences are going to be Marvel because those are the ones that like really are big.
They know how to make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the ones that cause us to emit these type of reactions in the movie theaters.
Yeah.
Arrival just was different.
Ugh.
I think another
I
one
wanna
for
watch
me
it,
was
yeah.
the fight scene between Bucky, Winter Soldier, and Cap in the Winter Soldier movie. The choreography for that fight with the knife flipping
in the
and
underpass.
yes,
Oh, yeah.
The overpass.
one
What is it called?
underpass.
an
What was
underpass
it?
or no?
They were in an
Over.
underpass, but it was they were under the
That was-
overpass.
There you go.
That was good, but for me, the Iron Man versus Cap and Bucky was in Civil War.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Civil War.
man.
That was a good one.
No,
Too.
you can't beat that one.
When it's the one shot of him defending both of them, he's
Yeah.
when they're just
They're
like
both
chucking
throwing
the
the
shield
shield.
back and forth.
Yeah.
Oh,
unreal.
it's so no. But before that, when Tony just looks at Steve, he just goes, "It's my mom.
Yeah,
He killed my mom."
yeah.
And he just
And you just see
snaps.
like the pain. I was like, "Oh, it's gonna happen."
You could see Steve like kind of struggling. He's like,
yeah.
I get where you're coming from.
Mhm.
That's my boy, though.
Yeah.
It's my
Tony
boy.
Brave.
We, you know,
Yeah.
we're friends. And he's
Tony.
like, so are we. Ah,
Yeah.
man,
Thank you.
stop it, Darian. Stop
I'm gonna
it.
take away your.
That's
sound.
not. Ringo has his own thing.
Stop.
Not even me.
All right.
Oh, that's hot.
Okay, we're done.
When
Then.
Cap threw his hammer against the shield. Okay.
Can we discuss how like in 30 seconds Cap used that hammer better than Thor did in the entire
Like if he was
MCU?
riding a bike.
wrong.
Like if he knew how to walk.
Which I kind of understand because that's his war buddy. You know, like he fought alongside him, so he probably knows all his moves. And Cap is pretty, you know, he's smart. So, but still, like he immediately was just like boom, boom, boom.
Called on the
Way
lightning.
better than we'd ever seen Thor
Oh
use
my
it
God, I
before.
forgot about the lightning.
Yeah.
Holy
And he
cow,
struck it
yeah.
down on Thanos'.
Okay.
That was awesome.
Infinity War, Thor's entrance to Wakanda.
Oh my goodness, that was beautiful.
Insane. Yeah.
Thor's entrance to Wakanda was amazing.
Thanos.
There's so
That is
many.
true.
And everything.
Okay.
Okay.
Am
All
I
right.
right or wrong?
You're wrong.
Oh, you're
Shut
right.
up.
Oh.
All the time.
We'll end it here.
That was perfect.
That was probably the best time one you've ever gotten.
That made sense too.
So good.
We'll end it here because Darian's he's going a little wild now. So that was our episode for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We are finally back, all four of us. It's been a minute.
For 1
For a
week.
week.
And then
Yeah, and then
Darian's
Darian's
leaving.
gone.
We
Yeah.
will be recording another episode next week, though, just without Darian. So instead of the bi-weekly.
Right.
Sorry, by the way, for our listeners, that our schedule for season 2 has been an absolute mess.
It's been a mess. Atrocious.
It's been really,
out of
really
my
bad.
hands.
Well-
They
Yeah.
made these decisions without me. It's just.
No, let me.
You left us.
But before that, you were
You
like,
abandoned us.
I was just like, yeah, ready to record, and we were like, nah, we're skipping this week. I was like, okay, what? What
Well,
can I
it's
do?
because post-COVID, we're vaccinated, and obviously we've been going out and doing other things.
Cabin fever set in, so we need
Yeah.
to leave.
So we've been really getting out and doing other things now.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why, on Thursday, sometimes we can't record, or one of us is gone for the week or the weekend, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And if,
Right.
you
Audio.
complain about that, I'll bring it to HR. I'll let them know.
Please, because this is getting ridiculous. Whatever. Okay, now we're done. Joey, please take it away.
Like, subscribe.
Nope, more enthusiasm. Stop right there.
I know you
Yeah.
always sound so dead when you do this.
You're right,
We
you're
give
right.
you this privilege
Right.
of ending the
Nah,
podcast.
take it away.
You
He
need to-
doesn't deserve it.
No, you're right. You're right. You're right. Hold on. Give me a second.
Prove yourself.
Make sure to like.
Oh my
His mic went
I hate you with all my heart. I was.
For those listening, I muted him
Oh
as soon as he
This is
started.
why.
That was
This is why.
That was
I'm
good.
dead
That was a good
inside.
That was funny. Okay.
It's okay.
I'm not going to
It's
mute you.
okay.
I'm
Tyler,
gonna-
take his
oh,
privilege.
Yeah, I
Take
got
his
it. I got
privilege
you. I
away.
got you. I removed it again. That's the fourth time, by the way, in this episode that I've removed his co-host privileges. Continue.
Make sure to like and subscribe, everybody. Leave a comment. Leave us questions, topic ideas, etc. Follow us on all social media. And with that in mind, that is Lights Out on the Light Pole Podcast.
Bye.
Nice.